Hey guys, okay, I made it. I'm here. Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I had the worst technical difficulties. Jeremy, thank you so much. I don't know what I would do without you and Chris for helping out. Thank you. Christy and Mary, thank you so much, you guys. Oh my gosh, thank you. This is so exciting. Christy, thank you. I just want to let you know, I know I said this to you the other day in another live stream, but I watched oh my gosh, Hell House LLC this past weekend, and it was so much fun. So thank you so much for that recommendation. It was great. And Mary, thank you so much. You're amazing. You are so sweet. I love you. I love you. I love you all. And I'm so grateful for you guys. This is so exciting. Hey guys, hey DJ Fox and Snobby Acorn and El Gargoyle 20th Century Dom. Oh my gosh, hey guys, Bill West, hey. Amit Davicha, hi. Good to see you guys. Oh, hang on. My phone is distracting me because I have my thing streaming so I could see your comments. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just want to let you know how grateful I am for you and how special this is. And it's a Friday and I get to hang out with my friends. It's very special. Jeremy, oh my gosh, Jeremy, thank you. Oh my gosh. Jeremy says, congratulations, Kelly. You've been a great friend of mine. Friend to me, and this is only the beginning. Oh my gosh, if you guys can tell, I'm so nervous right now. Oh, okay, hang on, let me highlight these. I don't know how do I highlight things? I forget. Can I do that through here? So here's Christy. Christy, thank you so much. And here's Mary, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. I feel the same way about you, Mary. You are also a treasure to this community. You've been there from literally the inception of it, and you've always stood behind everyone else in the community, and you're just so special and awesome and fun. And by the way, I watched your I think your video is called Toxic Masculinity, and it pretty much brought me to tears. It was beautifully done, so thank you for sharing that and making it. And this is Jeremy's. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can get super chats. This is the weirdest thing ever. Oh, thank you guys. Oh my gosh, hey, thank you, yay. Oh, I don't know how to react to this. This is so strange. I feel this is very surreal. If you guys can't tell, I'm incredibly nervous, and this is very surreal. This is very cool. Thank you, Drunk 3PO, or I guess Jay. I'll call you Jay. It's a little nicer. Dreaming of Electric Sheep. I love your moniker from Scotland. Very cool, very cool. Thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, Mary is a badass. She's awesome. Hey, everybody here. So exciting. Yeah, I didn't know what to call this stream, and I did the same thing I did last time where I tried to stream directly through YouTube, and I couldn't figure it out. Yes, I'm in my 30s, but I identify as a boomer in my technical abilities and among other things, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I like oldies music, that's cool. But I'm a total dweeb when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, hey everybody, it's so good to see you guys. Hi Elijah. I don't have a set topic for tonight. I figured we could just chat and talk and all of us kind of unite separately via this awesome medium that is YouTube and just have different conversations. I figured you guys could ask me questions about stuff. Thank you, Crackhead Jeremy 33. Thank you, Phil TMNT. I appreciate that. Hello, Max Santiago. Hola. So good to see everybody here. You guys are my friends. I'm very appreciative. Everybody make sure you keep talking to each other throughout the chat, because the last time I was doing this, I was so overwhelmed trying to keep up with comments. So I want to make sure you guys are all having your friendly chats amongst yourselves as well, while I try to very slowly keep up with comments. Oh my gosh, Max Santiago, thank you. Dr. Sleep, I haven't seen it yet. Don't spoil anything. I'm seeing it this weekend. As you guys probably know, I am a huge fan of Stanley Kubrick, and I love The Shining, and I'm very, very excited. I am highly anticipating. Seeing, even if you know, it's hard to come out with great sequels, especially these days, but I really do enjoy the way that director handles his adaptations of Stephen King. And visually, it looks great. I love how they recreated scenes from the Overlook Hotel. I'm very excited. Oh my gosh, you guys throwing these super chats my way. Thank you. Thank you, Mongo's. Big thanks. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all of the mods in the chat too. You guys are awesome for being here. Mary, thank you again. Ooh, which two colors in the rainbow go best together? Well, that is such a good question. That's a really good question. On a very subjective level, I would have to say that I love blue and green together. The colors of our planet from very far away. If you can't tell from my my apartment, I like blue and green a lot. But if you're talking about like complementary colors, I think, you know, like a really nice orangey yellow and greenish blue go really nicely together. Those are very pretty. Good question. I like it. Meet, my day was really nice. It was really nice today. I had a nice busy day at work, but I got off relatively early. We tend to get off early on Fridays at school, or I'm not in school, I'm a teacher, but we get off early on Fridays, and I usually just hang around until my last student leaves, because some of my students get picked up kind of late because their parents or, you know, whoever's picking them up aren't always able to be there on time. So I try to hang out with the last of the stragglers, because I've been there a few times myself where I've been a straggler at the end of the day. So I try to hang out with those guys, and then I head home, which is always nice. Hammer asks, what am I expecting from the Rise of Skywalker? To be quite honest, I do not have high hopes personally at this point. I am waiting to see what the people that I kind of have an invested trust in have to say about the film once it comes out before I even see anything. And I kind of wish I had listened to that intuition of mine with The Last Jedi, because I was going a really long time without having seen it, just based off of my own intuition and feeling as though it wasn't getting really good buzz, and I was hearing not so great things about it. But as I always say with you guys, I'm grateful that I did see The Last Jedi, because it brought me into this community, and it brought me into knowing you and actually forming this, like being a part of this community and forming these friendships and getting to know you guys. So that's really special. Megazord Jeremy asks if I'm a Catholic or public school teacher. I am a public school teacher. So we're non-denominational, and yeah, it's public school, but I really enjoyed it. It's very rewarding. Ooh, Elijah, you ask, you're currently reading Lord of the Rings, and you have a complete collection of Lovecraft. Wow, which do I like better? So I honestly have not read thoroughly any of Lovecraft's full works. I've read a few bits and pieces here and there, and I have a lot of quotes that I really love, like from Call of Cthulhu, and I really love Lovecraftian horror, that kind of cosmic horror, but I haven't actually personally embarked yet on reading any full, I haven't committed to reading any full works from Lovecraft yet. So I guess I would have to say I'm biased on the fact that I have read Tolkien's Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and I read parts of the Silmarillion, but I never finished that one. Thank you, the Rookie Critic. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You have a very cool, I really like the art of your username, your image. That's very cool. He has a hat that says director on it and a chess piece, and is that like force lightning? I don't know. It's pretty awesome. A little ball of lightning there. That's very cool. Oh, X Ross Talk says your favorite Lovecraft is Mountains and the Innsmouth stuff. Oh, cool. Thank you guys so much all for being here. I am so happy. This is so cool. Oh, Christy says Avatar, although I don't know what the what you're referring to with that. I'm sure you guys are probably having a cool conversation. Jay, you teach 5th grade English and history. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, those are great subjects to teach, especially in the 5th grade, because that's at an age where I think kids are really starting to blossom in terms of their understanding of the world, the larger world outside of themselves and their families. And that's a great age to get. It can be a little bit of both, because I'm sure you have a variety of kids that are probably in their own world and might not necessarily relate to the material that you're teaching. But I say it's about the teacher. It's about the passion that you have. And I think if that resonates with the students, that you'll be able to have that connection. And I mean, for example, I didn't really understand much about science or history or anything when I first started taking courses when I was younger. But when I had a teacher that was extremely passionate about something and they really personally connected to the students or the material, those are the teachers that I remember, and that kind of infused curiosity for me regarding whatever the subject material was. Oh my gosh, so many comments I have to keep up with. Mary Mayhem loves candy corn. I'm on the sidelines with this debate because, like with most things, I try to stay in the middle. And while I do appreciate candy corn for what it is a very unique Halloween candy specifically. I can also see the side where people might not necessarily like it and might, in fact, adamantly hate it. I can understand both sides. So I'm a gray Jedi when it comes to candy corn. Cancel candy corn. And Drunk 3PO, I teach art. I'm an art teacher, but I work with very young kids. So it's nothing to, it's not any, you know, extremely well-rounded art or anything. It tends to be a little bit finger painty for the most part, but it's really fun and I love it. It's amazing. I haven't seen Apollo 18 yet. Tony Movied 9 Mendez asked if I saw Apollo 18. I have not seen that yet, but several people, I think did you say Apollo 18 during my my Halloween stream? A lot of people were recommending that, and I really do want to see it. I looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes. Doesn't do too well critically, but then again, I make exceptions critically for 2 genres, and that's horror and comedy, because some of my favorite horror films, some of my favorite comedies don't do that well critically. For example, Dumb and Dumber doesn't do well critically, and I think it's one of the funniest movies ever. Teresa Martin, wait, where'd you go? There you are. Teresa asked how I feel about fruitcake. I haven't had fruitcake in many years. I think when it comes to something like fruitcake, though, it does depend on the baker and the quality of the ingredients, whether the fruit was, you know, high quality, what the fruit was. Do not put raisins in my fruitcake, please. You know, and there's a variety of components involved when it comes to any baked goods. For example, texture is huge, moisture is really important. And then of course the freshness of whatever it is you're infusing flavor-wise into your baked goods. So fruitcake is very, very subjective. I understand the societal hate around fruitcake, just as I understand the societal polarization around something like candy corn, but I personally can enjoy fruitcake if it is nicely made. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's so many comments. Oh my gosh. Okay. The rookie critic. I luckily never tasted candy corn in your life. Any films I'm looking forward to in 2020? Do you have any non-popular films that you like? 2020, that feels like a really long time away, even though it isn't. Wow, it's in a few months. That's really weird. 2020. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you all for being here. This is so cool. I mean, I'm kind of blanking now. Obviously, I want to see Dr. Sleep. We just talked about that. That's this year, though. Maybe remind me, guys, of some movies coming out in 2020 that you're excited for, so I can kind of see that and remember, because I'm drawing a blank right now. Oh my gosh. Do I read comic books as dark? Oh wait. Oh, I'll get to you. Hang on. I'm missing super chats. Oh, there's a super chat screen. Okay, hang on. Oh, I feel like if I call you, then I'll be really distracted. I'll miss everything. Hang on. Okay, maybe. Okay. I thought I got all the super chats. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Guys, I'm gonna call Jeremy real quick just to make sure I can see the super chat screen.
Okay,
hi.
Really quick.
Yes.
So you've got to go into YouTube Studio. Remember the same YouTube Studio you were in when we had to delete your stream?
Yes. Wait.
Go.
Okay. So away from StreamYard.
Yeah. So don't close StreamYard out, but can you only have one screen, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna have to minimize.
Can people still see me? Am I there, or did I just make everyone disappear?
Let me see.
Let me see if people are commenting about it. Someone just said, X
No,
Ross,
so there.
X Rostock
You're
just
still
said,
there.
anyone who would like Alien 3 would be a lonely person. That's really funny.
All right, you're still there. So now go into YouTube Studio, the
Mhm.
same one that we went to. Go down to the bottom, get Classic Creator on the bottom left-hand side.
Okay. Look at this. I'm more of a boomer than you would ever be, Jeremy. Look at me. Oh my gosh. I'm helpless. Okay, I'm here.
Okay, now you go into live streams. Go back to the same place.
I'm here.
Streams, events.
Oh, hang on. Why is it not going anywhere? My computer's slow.
It's okay. Trust me, nobody watching is going to mind. They all love you.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm
Now
here.
you click on the live event that you're on. Click on the text of the title of that video. Click on it.
Yes, I did.
Okay, now you should see, you have to scroll down and it should say in the very bottom below the comments in a small text, it should say open in new window. Do you see like a hyperlink open in new window at the very bottom of that screen?
No. Yes.
You don't?
I see.
Okay, click that. That should open your super chat specific window.
Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. Okay,
so
good.
So now if you fall behind on super chats, you can just always go back to that screen.
Oh,
So
that's
keep that.
so nice. Okay, good, because I felt like I wasn't keeping up with the regular chat because, okay. Oh,
Right.
yes.
So,
Okay, good.
So that's good. So
That's great.
That'll keep you in the game. So Mary
Thank
sent
you.
one about popsicles that you missed, and that's the one you missed. So
Oh,
but now
thank
it's
you.
all going to be there for you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Jeremy. I will see you soon in the chat.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Sorry, Mary, I missed your chat about popsicles. Let me. Okay, see, you guys can't tell how I'm all over the place. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for your congratulations. I appreciate that. All right. See, I don't know what I would do. I don't know how I even survive on this planet, to be quite honest. All right, let's see. Popsicles. If I could be any flavor popsicle, what would it be? All right, assuming we're only talking about real world flavors that would exist in this world, unless maybe there was like a Harry Potter version of popsicles, like Bertie Bott's every flavored popsicles. We're not going to go there though, because that just opens up. I would say coconut watermelon, because those are my two favorite. Those are my two favorite flavors. Coconut watermelon. Thank you for your super chat. GoldenEye, the congratulations is for I got monetized recently, which I was not expecting as soon as it happened, but I got monetized recently. Thank you to all of you guys. So that's very, very exciting. And I was not expecting this. It's very surreal and I'm very excited. It's very happy. Hey, US Dutch Kitty. Elijah says, you guys are flustering poor Kelly. To be fair, I get flustered very easily. So it's not the craziest thing. Hi, hey Ryan. Hey Ryan. Oh, I saw that you sent one too. Let me see if I can get to yours. Ryan said, congratulations and be honest with us. You are on team cancel candy corn. I'm not. I like to think that I'm not on team cancel anyone or anything. I'm against cancel culture altogether, unless it's like, you know, really bad and violent and just utterly bad for the human race. But candy corn is someone's creative input into the world, and some people find meaning in that, and so that's great. Oh, Bird of Prey says, oh, thank you. Congrats on monetization. I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you so much. Is that that's not Klingon, is it? Huapla. I don't know how to pronounce that, unfortunately, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sith Lord says, congrats, Kelly. Thank you, Sith Lord, for being here. With candy corn war. You guys have to update the season though for a new candy. I mean, it's got to be, are there any, you know, other, we've had Halloween. We have to keep on progressing with the seasonal candies at this point. Got to move forward. Fandom Menace. Oh, you were in London 2 months ago-ish. You saw but did not get those every flavor beans. They had nasty ones in real life, I think. But I don't know. I've had them. They have nasty names, but they're not nasty flavors. The only flavor beans that I don't like, or jelly beans I don't like, are pear. I've never been a big fan of pear. I love buttered popcorn. That's my favorite. So good. So weird. It's so weird to have a buttered popcorn in a candy form. Ah, Bill West, thank you. You saved the day. Pronounced Kapla. Kapla. Thank you. The Good Tom King, that is a very, very great hashtag. That should be the #1 trending hashtag across all platforms. Cancel culture. I agree. Ken Mack, there's a new autumn candy corn. Oh, I don't know, guys. You're right. That's the one with brown in it. It's like brown, white, and orange, right? I've seen that one. You're right. Mm-hmm. Elijah asks, beer or wine, and what kind? I'm personally not a huge drinker. I'm not against it at all, and I'm not like celibate of drinking or anything of that matter. I'm not personally big into drinking. If I had to choose, I guess I might choose wine, but I still like beer too. I like nice, like if I'm gonna have a beer, I'd rather have something with a little more substance to it, like an IPA or a lager. And as far as wine goes, I like drier wines. I'm not a big fan of fruity wines. Yeah, butterbeer. Justin Proper. I hate stuffing at Thanksgiving. Hashtag cancel stuffing. Oh, I can't be on board with that because stuffing is one of my favorite sides. I would eat stuffing as a meal, actually. I love it. Colin Cochran says, I don't drink, end of story. Alcohol sucks. I can understand that. I can understand. It can definitely be not so fun for a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people love stuffing. Team stuffing. That that might have to be the next war with you guys is stuffing over candy corn. Oh, do I like eggnog? See, that really depends. There are a few variations out there that I like. Not to cause any rifts or anything, but I actually like oh no, this is gonna go down badly, but I like some variations of not dairy free. A plant-based eggnog. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna think I'm such a wimp. I'm sorry, but there are some good ones out there. It depends on the flavor. It depends on the flavor profile and the composition. And I don't like it if it tastes too sweet and it has a lot of gumminess to it. It has to have a nice clean flavor profile, if that makes sense. Oh man, I just sound like such a weirdo right now. I'm sorry. Do I like cornbread? Yes, if it's well made, I like cornbread. I can honestly say that I would, if something is well made with quality and dedication to that quality, I can enjoy it. And if I can't personally enjoy it taste wise, I can appreciate the effort made. Mary May, a potato salad or macaroni salad? See, that depends. I'm picky with those two. Potato salad. Mr. T, my top 10 movies. Your #1 is Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's phenomenal. I love Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think that has some of my favorite visuals, some of the best pacing, just the overall story, the character arc of Indy, how he goes from, no spoilers, but, and that scene when they open the Ark is one of the coolest scenes in film history as far as I'm concerned. My top 10, oh man, that's rough. Okay. So maybe first I'll include, obviously, Empire Strikes Back has to be in my top 10. Jurassic Park is absolutely in my top 10. Raiders might be in my top 10. I'd have to say Mulholland Drive by David Lynch, The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. How many have I? Okay, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, this is rough. I love 2001: A Space Odyssey. I love Jaws. Oh, there's so many good ones though. I love Citizen Kane. I know that's like the go-to like pretentious film person one, but I just love Citizen Kane. Visually, it's gorgeous, and I don't know. I don't know. This is a rough one. Okay. I'll come back. I'll come back to that. Let me just make sure I'm getting everybody's. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Okay. RC from the NYC. Hey, Jedi Bunny. Hope all is well and blessed with you and yours. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here. I'm like, Justin says 2001 was boring. See, I disagree with you. I know what you're saying because I know a lot of people have that exact complaint. And ironically, a lot of people have the same complaint about The Shining, which I think might just have to do with Kubrick's, method when it comes to directing. He does a lot of very long, wide takes, and he definitely takes his time when it comes to directing. But at the same time, I know a lot of people have that same complaint, so I'm sure there is merit to it. I personally disagree. I do like 2001. I think it's more the subtlety of the film language and the subtext that I really enjoy. And yes, Sith Lord, I do still need to see Event Horizon. I know. I do need to see that. I definitely want to. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, Gone with the Wind. DJ Fox, thank you. Look at DJ Fox's beautiful husky here. What is your husky's name? I'm sure you told me this before, but I just want to make sure I get it right. Oh, The Price is Right. Your favorite film is Tombstone. I was just thinking about Tombstone last night because there's this app called Vudu, and you can watch movies for free with ads. I think they show maybe 3 ads throughout the entire film. And Tombstone, they just added Tombstone to their list, so I need to see Tombstone again because I love that one. I'm your Huckleberry. Great movie. Great movie. Great Western. One of my favorite Westerns. And a modern. I tend to like older Westerns, but that's one of my favorite modern. Great performances all around. Val Kilmer was amazing in that. A lot of great performances, though. Ghost. That's right. Ghost is his name. That's a beautiful name. Love it. I grew up with a husky named Sasha. She was black and white, and she had blue eyes, and she was like my best friend growing up. I was an only child, and I was very lonely a lot of the time, so I always wanted, I still wish I could have a sibling, but it's a little late for that. But instead of siblings, I always just had pets. Those were my companions, and Sasha was my best friend. I used to go everywhere with her. We would go hiking in the woods. We would walk for miles and miles and miles, and she was just game for anything. I used to take her to a playground, and she would play with all of the kids. She was awesome. I miss that dog. She was beautiful. Oh, Piano Dean, you love The Road. I have not seen The Road yet. I do really enjoy Viggo Mortensen as an actor. I think he's really, really good. And I've heard very good things about The Road, but I am very sensitive when it comes to depressing material. So I'm nervous to see that. I think I have to be in a really good headspace when I see something very bleak. So I need to give that a watch. That's definitely on my list, but I gotta wait till I'm in the right headspace for that. And I'm like that with movies when it comes to especially more bleak and depressing ones. I have to be ready for it psychologically. Yes. Oh, Ghost was from, I was wondering that. Yeah, you used to love Game of Thrones. Yeah, me too. Game of Thrones was good for a while, right? A little weird how they ended that one, isn't it? Mr. T loves Lord of the Rings. Oh my gosh, how could I forget Lord of the Rings? Oh my gosh. And this is probably not popular opinion, but I love Fellowship. I think Fellowship of the Three might actually be my favorite. It's, I love Fellowship of the Ring. That got me so hyped up because I saw that in high school and I was at a particularly nerdy stage in my life. And I saw that and it was just so cool to see on the big screen, just the most epic of beginnings to friendships and journeys and adventures. And yeah, that one really gets me in the feels. District 9 is great. District 9 is great. Prawns. Yeah, that's a good one, man. That one really makes you think. It's very relevant culturally and socially. I really enjoy that one. Unfortunately, I wasn't, I haven't heard great things about that director in terms of his more recent stuff, but I think he still has the potential. I think he just needs to find the right material. Thank you so much, Tom. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is great. I don't know if that's in my top 10, maybe in my top 20. I love Ghostbusters. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, so I think I need to refresh my love of Ghostbusters. That's been on kind of the back burner for me. I got really you know, kind of disheartened when I saw the 2016 one. It just looked so, I didn't see it, you know, heavens no, I did not see the 2016 Ghostbusters, but I grew up loving the Ghostbusters, and I remember when I saw that first scene that took place in the library with that ghost, and she went, shh, oh my gosh, that was so crazy. Great music, great cast, great one-liners, such a quotable movie. Love the ghosts and the lore and and the chemistry between the actors was just phenomenal. Absolutely love it. It is hard to narrow it down to a concrete top 10. I agree. Jedi Buddy #1 fan. Oh, that's so cute. I love your screen name. I do not read comic books currently. I haven't read comic books in a long time. I went through a phase when I was younger when I did read comic books. I really liked Spider-Man for a while, and I picked up a few others. I have a bunch of Jurassic Park comic books that I got a few years ago that I still have to read, but I'm a sucker for keeping everything really pristine, so I keep everything in the original plastic sleeve, and I'm really careful to make sure that my hands are clean. I like treat everything like it's a museum item when it comes to my collectible stuff. So when I do embark upon reading those things, I'm very meticulous and careful. So I need to, I'm weird. I'm just a weird person in general. I'm a strange human being. Yes, you see Nova. Yeah, that was Nova. She just went to go get some food. She loves food, and she's the messiest eater in the world. I mean, she just gets food everywhere. She has a little placemat on the ground, and her bowl is there, and I have to set up about 8 paper towels around it because she doesn't. I have a nice wide bowl because I've read that that's what cats like, so that their whiskers don't get in their food. So I've completely, you know, committed myself to making her eating experience as clean and lovely as possible. And yet I still find food on the walls because somehow this little tiny 7-pound cat manages to lick her food in such a way that it flings itself upon the walls. It's very, very interesting, but I love her no matter what, so it's okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so crazy getting super chats. Oh my gosh. I see, and I'm sorry if I'm not reading everybody's comments, but I want to make sure that I get to everybody's comments, but these super chats are coming so fast. Okay, your favorite movie is Mission Impossible Fallout. That was a good one. That was the most recent. Was that the most recent one with Henry Cavill? Was that one? With the fight scene at the end with the helicopter on the cliff. Was that one? That was really good. I really enjoyed that one. It was a lot of fun. I thought Henry Cavill made a great, oh, that's a spoiler. I won't give any spoilers, but I thought he did a really good job in that. Yes, no spoilers. Read The Sandman. I didn't even know that was a book, actually. Thank you for letting me know that. I've heard of the film, I believe, but I haven't known that there was a book. Neil Gaiman. Wait, I feel like I have heard of that author. So thank you. I will take you up on that. Ooh, Alien 5. That would retcon 3 and 4, but that got canceled for Ridley Scott's Alien Covenant. I remember hearing about that. I do remember hearing about that, and I would have been okay with that. I would actually really like to see that director's take on it. And I remember hearing that Ridley Scott wanted to come in and do Covenant, and we all know how that went, but aw. The DX Brother 13. Don't worry, you're alone too. I'm alone too. Congratulations on getting monetized. Your top 3 are The Dark Knight, Empire Strikes Back, and Iron Man 2008. I should be a Jedi Master money soon. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm like, this is so crazy. This is so weird. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having a little personal freak out moment in my mind. This is just a little overwhelming. It's very sweet to see what you guys are saying. Hi, Jennifer G. I'm just going to take a moment to compose myself and say that I was just thinking about this the other day, and oh crap, I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry. But I was just thinking about how I've gone my whole life feeling like a weirdo. And I am a weirdo. And I know a lot of us are weirdos. And that's really special and cool because we all somehow found each other here and we're all talking and we're all having these shared experiences. Let me compose myself. But I just always felt like I didn't quite fit in, and I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to vocalize my thoughts, and a lot of the things that I go through in my own mind personally have been kind of, you know, all over the place. From when I was a kid, I always just had a very, you know, deep imagination that went forever inward, and I always felt like I had to keep all of myself and my likes and my dislikes and who I was as a person to myself. And I feel like meeting you guys and having this community is the first time that I'm able to actually be a part of something where I don't feel alone in my thoughts. And it's just really special. And there's no way to say it without sounding like a complete cornball. So I'm sorry if I sound like a cornball, but I hope you guys can relate on some level to that. And I know that some of you do. And that's what I love about you guys is how many of you, even if you don't necessarily relate completely, I know that you guys can understand where I'm coming from. And it just means the world to me. And it's really exciting and it's really cool. And I'm just overwhelmed with how awesome you guys are. Thank you. Thank you guys. Yes, that's so funny, Bearded Nerd. I was actually going to call this live stream Introverts Unite Separately. That's so weird. I was going to call this live stream Introverts Unite Separately, but I was like, oh, I don't want to like feel like I'm leaving out extroverts, because I'm sure there are going to be extroverts here in the chat too. And extroverts are awesome, and the world is mostly extroverts. And I think that's one really cool thing about doing this, is that we're finding, you know, fellow introverts and also extroverts that we can get along with and have shared feelings and thoughts with, and it's really cool. But that's so funny that you say that, because I was thinking of calling it that, especially because it's a Friday, and I feel like most extroverts would prefer to be out doing cool things on Fridays, like, I don't know, whatever cool people do, parties and bars and bonfires, but here we are sitting at our homes comfortably, just talking to each other about awesome movies and other cool things. So, oh my gosh, thank you guys. Gary, hi Gary, it's good to see you here. Oh my gosh, hang on, I definitely missed some. Okay, let me go back to the thing and make sure that I'm catching everybody's stuff. See, it's funny because I really like doing live streams, because it seems like you guys respond really well to live streams. And when I make videos, I'm not there yet, but when I make videos, I always have a hard time verbalizing what it is that I want to say, and kind of organizing my thoughts in a very like linear manner. I tend to have thoughts a little bit all over the place, if you can't tell. But I really, you know, I feel like when I'm doing a live stream, I'm communicating to you guys directly at the same time. But that's another thing to address, is it is very overwhelming to see so many comments coming in. And I do want to make sure that I address them all and read them all. And that's another thing about my actual videos, is I get a lot of comments. And if you notice, when I do respond to your comments, I want to make sure that I'm as thoughtful and mindful and present as possible when I do respond to you, because I read all of your comments and I don't always respond right away, because oftentimes I want to make sure that I give the most thought out and present response. I don't want to half-ass anything. That's kind of how I am in life in general. I would rather do something where I feel truly connected and genuinely present with what I'm doing or who I'm talking to, than half-ass it and just have like mindless chatter or chit chat, or I don't know if that makes sense, but yes. Jedi Bunny #1 fan. I wish you would make videos on a variety of things you're interested in. I do intend to, and I do have a lot of things that I want to do. I think my #1 priority right now, so to speak, with my channel is just kind of getting to know you guys and connecting to you guys and feeling, because I think that's been what stands out most to me from the last year or so, is how connected I feel to you guys and how I feel like we kind of have this mutual camaraderie around things that we love or things that we enjoy or even things that we disagree on, but we can have a discourse and an open conversation about without attacking people. That's really nice. And I feel like YouTube has so many channels that are very, very structured and opinionated. And I would love to one day be more structured and have a more clear-cut angle to my approach. But for now, I do feel as though my number one priority is getting comfortable just being myself and talking, because it's weird to do that for me. And then also just connecting to you guys. That's true. Velcro, what a ripoff. You guys are awesome. Yes, Nova is back on her. Can you see her? No, she's on. There's Nova. Sorry, I dropped my phone. There's Nova. Hi, Nova. All right. Okay. Let me get back to two more of these. I'm so sorry if I'm missing people's comments. I know I'm missing people's comments, and it's not intentional at all. I promise I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to get back to as many people as I possibly can. Thank you so much, Gary. Gary N has been with us in this community on my channel, supporting me from the very beginning. Gary, I am so appreciative of you. Like, you've been there from the beginning. Anyone else that's been there from the beginning, I love you. I am so grateful, and you are awesome, because I've been sorry, I'm gonna try not to like freak out, but I've been, I've gone back and forth in my own mind about my channel, and there was a while where I really didn't think I was gonna ever do anything with it, because I just didn't believe in myself, and I didn't think necessarily that people believed in me. But there was about a year after I created my first few videos, when I think I had under 400 subscribers. I think I had 300 something subscribers, and Gary N was one of them. King of Ruckus was one of them. Tom King was one of them. I know there are a lot more, but I will never forget you guys. I will never forget the people that have been there from the beginning. And I also will always appreciate anyone who comes in at any time, just for being a part of this and being a part of this community. I just really appreciate it. So thank you, all of you. I'm just grateful, if I haven't said that enough already. Sorry, I'll stop being a mush bear now. Shellback TJC says, you're dipping into your turtle wax fund for this, but it's okay. Hopefully there are some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies in my favorites list. I haven't seen any of the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. I'm sorry if that offends you. If that offends you, Sensei, I'm sorry if that offends you, my friend. But I loved the original cartoon when I was a kid, and I actually had a van, like a toy van, and all four of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I think the reporter girl that hung out with them. I didn't have Shredder or the rat. Forgive me for not remembering the rat's name. Oh my gosh, I forgot the rat's name. I know I should know that, but I'm a bad Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. I apologize, but thank you for your Turtle Wax Fund money. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ryan Kinnell says Dave Filoni is overrated. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people involved in Hollywood right now and the creative side of things are lacking the creativity needed to make art and films of actual quality. It's all about pleasing, it's all about the bottom dollar, and I think they just want to appeal to as wide and young an audience also as possible. So they're not really going for the more, critical people that might be more aware of film structure and what actually constitutes good filmmaking. I think they're going more for the popcorn, just pure entertainment value at this point, unfortunately. So a lot of people in this industry are overrated now, unfortunately, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes. All right, let me see. I'm going to try to go up for a bit. And I don't want to go too far up, because then I'll miss the new ones. All right, let's see. Get back to some. Ooh, that's a good question. Oh wait, sorry. I did the wrong one. Okay. Where'd you go? Sorry, it's hard to keep up with these. Tony Movied 9. All right. Horror movie that I love but everybody hates. Yours is Texas Chainsaw 3D. Interesting. I've never seen that one. Oh, a horror movie that I love, but everybody else hates. Okay, I don't want to go out and say that I love it, but there are two horror films that really deeply disturbed me, and I thought were very effective in their psychological effect. And I do not believe that they do very well critically. I haven't actually checked in a while. One is Dead Girl, and one is Teeth. And those movies just freaked me out, just completely. Like, I remember when and it's weird because I saw both of them at a very similar time in my life, which was several years ago. I was still in my 20s. I want to say I was in my mid 20s, and I was alone. I was like living alone, and I saw them in like the afternoon during the day, which I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but there's something even creepier sometimes about watching a horror movie during the day. Not Okay, that's weird because you would think it would be scary to watch it at night. And in many ways, yes, it is. But on a almost more subconscious level, I think you carry it a little bit deeper with you when you watch something during the day, because then you go about your day after watching the movie, but it just feels like something's not quite right. And both of those films do a really good job at invoking this kind of uncanny valley feeling where even when something horrific isn't happening during the narrative of the film, it feels as though there's just something off just because of the actual story and what's going on with the characters. So creeped me out. Not well received critically, I don't think, but yeah. I don't know if that answers your question. Hopefully it does. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Okay, where did this go? These comments move so fast. You're planning on watching Us for the first time. I saw Us. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to taint your experience of it. What I will say is I do believe I enjoyed Get Out a little bit more. I wasn't a huge fan of Us, but you are entitled to your own opinion, and I hope you enjoy it. Darren Graber, I see your comment. Were there people in there? Hi, Matt G. Darren Graver, I like your one-liners. I was actually hoping there would be some jokesters in the chat tonight because I always appreciate some good jokes. Oh, Gary, yes, I love Christopher Reeve's Star Wars. Okay, so when I was really young, I saw Superman. I think I saw Christopher Reeve's Superman, the first one, in second grade, which is also around the same time I saw Star Wars. And because I was 6 in the second grade, I couldn't completely grasp the concept of the fact that those films were made many years ago, before the 90s. And as a youngster, I had such a huge crush on Christopher Reeves as Superman and Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, and I didn't conceptually grasp that I was 6 and they were much older. But I just loved Superman and Luke Skywalker, and I also, looked up to them as heroes in many ways, which is just so funny in this day and age that we're having this propaganda, let's just call it what it is, touted that women need to see more strong female characters because they can't relate to male characters. And I just find that absolutely confounding because I completely related to those characters. Not that I was, I had superhuman abilities or, the Force on my side, but I did certainly feel a sense of, especially with Luke Skywalker, I definitely felt so completely compelled by his story and his arc and his ability, his desire to rise above his what he considered to be his lowly circumstances and to push forward into the galaxy, into something more meaningful for himself. So that's relatable, whether you're a girl or a guy or a cat or, well, maybe not a cat or a dog, but at least for that's within the realm of possibility for you as a human if you're someone growing up, regardless of gender. So anyway. Oh, now I'm getting jokes in the comments. Okay. Oh no. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. I have not seen The Book Thief. I have not seen The Book Thief. But thank you. I always take into consideration your recommendations. Christy recommended Hell House LLC, and I watched that last weekend, and I really enjoyed it. Joshua, yes, we all can relate. I agree. Carrie Ford, you're watching a lot of old movies lately. How old? I like old movies. Some old movies are some of the best movies, especially in the, I don't know how far back you're going. I don't know if you're going like silent film era or anything, but I really enjoy films from the 70s. I think that was just the golden age of film right there. Hi, Lord Arnold. Good to see you here. I'm appreciating Darren Graber's jokes. They're very good. That's true. She doesn't. Nova does not care. She does not understand. I don't think she can grasp what's happening, but she just loves life. So, you know, it's good to be a cat. Piano Dean recently rediscovered Event Horizon. Wow. Yes, everybody's telling me I need to watch this, and I've wanted to see it for a long time. I think I saw it in bits and pieces when I was younger, many years ago. And obviously it's something that I think you need to watch from beginning to end to understand not only structurally what's going on, but like narratively, because I've heard that it's quite all over the place, and then it really has the cosmic horror down, which I love. Cosmic horror is one of my favorite forms of horror. So, Robbie Bobby, thank you so much. Introverts Unite. Yes, thank you for saying hi. You love my passion. Oh, for Star Wars and taste in movies. Just heard you mention Us. You walked out feeling too confused. What's the most confusing movie that I just don't understand? That's a great question. The most confusing movie that I just don't understand. I saw in an independent film several years ago. I want to say it was called Toadstool or something like that. It was very, very independent, like almost like student film quality. And I have to give it props for its production because, you know, it had a very minimal cast. It had very minimal production value in terms of, you know, the videography and the tools that they had available to them. It was very low budget. And it definitely brought up a lot of interesting questions in my mind that I couldn't quite figure out. That was very confusing. I don't want to give any spoilers in case anyone likes movies like that and you want to check it out. As far as other movies that I don't understand, I have to think on that one because that's a really good question, and I'm sure there are many, but I can't quite think of it. I love Terrence Malick's Tree of Life, and I know a lot of people find it not necessarily confusing, but more so confounding, I guess, in terms of its narrative structure. But I just love Terrence Malick's his filmmaking in that film in particular. I really think it's great. And I think I understand what he was trying to say without actually saying. And I really, really love that one, but I can see where it might be considered confusing. So I enjoy it. Hi, Peter Hahn. Darren Graver, does anyone want to buy a broken barometer? No pressure. I love these jokes. These are the best. Ooh, Tom King. Look at this, guys. Dan Aykroyd just confirmed Bill Murray, Annie Potts, Ernie Hudson, and Sigourney Weaver will be joining him in Ghostbusters 3. All right, we got the cast in there. No Egon, unfortunately. Egon, oh, man, if I was a Ghostbuster, I think I'd be Egon, just the total nerd of the group. But that's all right, man. We got him. That's great. Let's hope that they put the love into it, and it's not just about the bottom dollar. Let's hope. We can hope. We can dream, right, guys? Hey, George B.D. Lucas. I'm not going to say your whole name. Great to see you too. I love the emoji photo you've got going on. Yes, I collect spores, molds, and fungus. I know this is so disappointing, guys, but I have not seen the Joker yet. I know I know you're going to be upset with me, but I haven't seen Joker yet. I know you guys love it. I know everybody's raving about it. I know I need to see it, but I have 2 films on my list right now that I need to see first. One is Parasite, which I believe is Korean, and one is Dr. Sleep, because The Shining is in my top 10 films, as we discussed earlier, so I need to see those, and then I will be seeing The Joker. I love Joaquin Phoenix, and I'm very interested to see what he does with the role. So we're going to see it. We're going to see it. All right. I have not seen the movie Kids. Have I seen Kids? No, I have not seen the movie Kids, I don't believe. No, Rick Moranis. That's right. Is Rick Moranis going to be in it? Because if he hasn't done anything though. Because I know he walked away from acting. Yeah. Oh, Rick Moranis. Wardy says Parasite's really good. Don't give me any spoilers. I really want to see it. I'm very excited about that. There's some really, if you guys are into good, different horror, Korean horror is really good. There's some really, really good ones out there. There's one that Burning is excellent. Excellent. There's one called The Wailing that's really, really good. The Host is really fun, and Train to Busan is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite zombie films to come out in the last few years. Oh, Lord Arnold, not sure how long you'll be here. Your bro's in town, leaving Sunday, so you're tearing up the town tonight. Oh, that's fun. Have fun with your brother, Lord Arnold. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. I appreciate you so much. And have fun. Have fun. Be safe and have fun. Yes, Rick Moranis is retired. Tom, I don't want to. Did something happen? Did his wife pass away and then he retired from acting? I feel like I remember hearing that, but I don't want to say it because I don't know if that's the truth or not. But either way, it's very sad. Yes, shame on me for not seeing. Is that, I'm assuming you're saying because of not seeing the Joker? Yes, I'm very. Darth Gavel. Yes, The Life of Pi. I could see where that was confusing. I think once you understand in the end, and I don't want to give any spoilers. Once you understand, I think also I had what was it? I don't think I ever would have read the book, but I was at an airport in Thailand and I saw it and it just looked so beautiful. The cover of The Life of Pi, the edition that I had was just a beautiful wash of blue for the ocean and a little white boat with a tiger on it. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to read it. I have like an 18-hour flight coming up, so I need something good to read. It was relatively short too, so of course I finished it and then I had nothing to read. But I think having read the book first, I had a little more insight, obviously, into what was really going on, because you see, obviously, the narrative played out from not just the narration of the protagonist, but also through, what the author evokes through his own text. So it's a little bit more explanatory, I guess, but yes, it can be very confusing. I think the way that I liked the movie. I think visually it was beautiful, but I do think the director maybe could have handled it a little differently to make it a little bit more palatable. But then again, I really enjoyed it, so I don't want to say that either. Yeah, I like The Life of Pi. Yeah, The Dude 1764. I'd say the screenplay is probably what I would have chosen a different screenwriter for it. And I'm wondering if maybe there were several screenwriters involved instead of just one, because it felt almost as though it was being pulled in a few different directions from what I remember. I've only seen it once, so I can't speak on it. Oh, someone said, Gary, Rick was great in Little Shop of Horrors. He was, and you know who's great in Little Shop of Horrors is, I always forget his name. The guy that plays the dentist. I always forget his name. Someone's going to say it. Say it. What's his name? The dentist. A dentist. Remember the guy? Someone say it. In the, Steve. I know it's Steve. Steve Martin. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Yes, Steve Martin. Thank you. He's so good in that. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Yes. Hi, Sparkle Beauty by Idiana Zaporte. Thank you for being here. Darth Danks asks if I've ever, excuse me for spitting my water out, if I've ever played the Star Wars games. I've talked about this a few times before. I used to, okay, so I used to love gaming. I still love gaming, but I haven't personally been involved in the world of gaming since high school because I made a very strict implementation in my lifestyle, and I chose to back away from the world of gaming because I got extremely addicted to it, and I was playing for sometimes 7 to 8 hours a day. And the game that got me addicted, like really addicted, I always loved my Game Boy. I always loved, like, Game Boy was great. My parents didn't really allow me to have video games growing up, so I saved up all my babysitting money probably when I was about, I don't know, whenever Knights of the Old Republic came out, because I remember seeing like advertisements for it and I thought it was so beautiful and I was like, I have to play this game. So I saved up all of my babysitting money, and I used to do a lot of babysitting. So I saved it all up, and as soon as I had enough, I walked to Toys R Us, which was 2 miles, I think about 2 miles away from my house. So it was a 4-mile round trip, and I bought myself an Xbox and I bought myself Knights of the Old Republic, and I walked home and I proceeded to play Knights of the Old Republic. Probably, I played it every way I possibly could. Obviously, you can play light side, dark side, but I made different choices and I tried to play in the middle and I tried to even out my different choices and see where that would take me. Man, but I was so addicted that by the time I finished playing it, I think I finished playing it dark side was the last way I played it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm turning to the dark side with games right now, so I'm going to chill on this. And, you know, since then I've played a few other games, but for the most part, I've quit. I've quit gaming. So to answer your question, yes, I've played Star Wars games. I think I played Outpost there were a few other ones out there that I played, but I have not played in a while. It's been a while, and it's okay. I'm still tempted sometimes. I like to watch other people play video games, but I just know if I got back into gaming, I would just be gaming. So I'm not going to do that right now. Yes, he's also great in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I haven't seen Parenthood and I haven't seen Grand Canyon, but I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's a phenomenal movie. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so beautiful. I haven't seen, have I seen I might have seen The Little Giants when it came out. That was a long time ago. Elijah asked if I've played tabletop games. I've always wanted to. I haven't had the opportunity. I was always like the most nerdy one out of my friends. Most of my friends were not like the cool kids, but they were definitely cooler than I was. So unfortunately, I never had anyone on my level of nerdy to play those types of games with. So hopefully one day we can all meet up and play something like that. Yes, it was Jedi Outcast. Yes, Jedi Outcast. That was the other game I played. The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, says Chris Stanley. Have I seen that? I don't think I've seen that one. Peter On says KOTR more profitable than Solo. Yeah. You know, Solo wasn't terrible. Just wasn't that great. I did see Solo. Yeah. The Realist, thank you for staying up. It's past your bedtime. You said you were going to sleep a few hours ago, man. I hope you're okay. I hope you don't have any big plans tomorrow. You're staying up pretty late. I think I'm almost at the 2nd season of Clone Wars now. Because Jeremy made sure that I started watching the Clone Wars, and it is really fun. I have to say, I'm really enjoying it. It's no original trilogy, but I'm enjoying the characters a lot. I'm enjoying just seeing the world, the galaxy again. I really love Count Dooku, and General Grievous is awesome. Obviously Yoda and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka's really cute and sweet and fun. Yeah, X-Ross talk. Solo is meh. Yeah. Meh. Like, it wasn't. No, look at you, Nova. Good girl. My ADD is just. Red Pillman. No, I have not seen Captivity. No, I haven't seen Captivity yet. Lord Arnold. Oh, thank you so much, Lord Arnold. Thank you for always being so supportive and being here for me. You are awesome. I really appreciate you. Have fun with your brother. Have fun. Be safe. Have a great time. May the Force be with you, and I hope to see you soon. Hey, Matt. I actually, ironically, don't have, I have my bachelor's in communications of all things, because when I was going to college, I wanted to decide between three majors. I studied film. I have a, almost like, I would say I minored in film. I specialized in international communications, and I majored in communications. So I was kind of all over the place. If it wasn't those, I probably would have done psychology. I actually didn't think that I would get into teaching until I got into teaching, and it kind of happened by happenstance when I moved to New York. There was someone in my area that was looking for a teacher's assistant, and she was running her own art program through a school, and I went and met her, and she was awesome, and we got along really well, and I really loved her vision for teaching and how she connected with the students. She actually just texted me today a picture of one of my old students that I used to work with in New York, and it was so great to see him again. He was 4 when I met him, so he's probably about 5. No, yeah, he's probably about 5.5 now, and it's just so sweet. I love my students, and that's one cool thing about teaching is I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Drunk 3PO, if you're still here, but I feel like I remember all of my students. Like they all make such an impression on me, and it's just so special. But anyway, so no, I don't have a degree in education or teaching, ironically, but and I've actually had this conversation with a few other people who teach, who say like they feel like they found it later, they found teaching later in life, they didn't major in it in college, and they're kind of glad they didn't, because they feel like there's so much going on in the world of actually educating for teaching that might actually detract from the connection that you make with students. It's important to know, especially if you're teaching something in the academic field, especially if you're teaching older students, it's really important to have a thorough understanding of how to structure your curriculum and all of that. But because I work with younger students, the most important thing to me is connecting to my students. That's what means everything to me. So yeah. Drunk 3PO, you're here. Good. Christy, yes, I don't know if people are asking. I am on social media, sort of. I mean, I'm not on social media, I should say. I should clarify. I'm not on social media. I have social media. I do have an Instagram. I just haven't been on in a long time. I haven't posted anything in a long time, and I don't go on anymore. I don't have a Twitter, and I do have a Facebook, but I haven't been on there in a long time either. I went on for my birthday to thank everybody for birthday wishes last month, but that's about it. But it was nice to go on and say thank you to everybody for birthday wishes, but I'm just not a big fan of social media anymore right now in my life, just because I find it drags my, I don't know, just drags my consciousness down. But yeah, I'm sure you guys know what I feel like even those of you that are like active on social media, like probably know what I'm like saying. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm just a weirdo. Thank you, Christy. You're awesome for being here. Thank you. Would I consider making a fan page? I don't know. That feels so like weird to me. I don't know. I see, this is the thing, and I want to make sure this is perfectly clear with you guys. I feel like I'm one of you guys. Like, just because I'm the one on screen right now talking doesn't mean that I feel like I should be the center of attention. I want all of us to be in this together, and that's what makes this special to me. So I love that you guys like relate to what I'm saying and appreciate me, but I want you all to know that I appreciate you just as much, and I wouldn't be doing this if it were just me. I wouldn't just want to post videos and feel like, well, that's it. I put myself out there, now people can go enjoy it. I want to feel like I'm connecting, and that's why I love doing live streams now, and it's really cool. So I don't know. Thank you, Bee Honey Fitness. Aw, thank you. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh, I love your picture. That's so cute. Look at your little ears. That's adorable. Thank you. I'm glad you guys appreciate it. Then Vidi Vici. I'd have to say green. I really like Luke's green lightsaber that he constructs for himself after having lost his father's lightsaber. I love the blue one. It's beautiful. But yeah, green. I love green. I love green lightsabers. They're so beautiful. Yes, Gary. It's true. Hi, Desi Yang TV. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here. Riff Rocker Don says, you deleted your Facebook. Don't miss it at all. Irrelevant. Good to see me. Oh, love your streams. Thank you. Yeah, I see. Okay. So I haven't deleted my Instagram or Facebook just because I feel like that's a very final thing. And I just choose not to go on. But I also I have family all around the world and I have friends all around the world. My best friend lives in India. And I feel like if I deleted those things, that would be almost like cutting off like a lifeline to some of the people that I really love and care about. It's nice to know that if I choose to, I can go on and see what people are up to. A lot of my friends have babies now and they're getting married. So I want to be able to at least know when big things are happening in people's lives. So for example, even if either my boyfriend or my mom will sometimes text me and be like, it's so-and-so's birthday today, or so-and-so just got married, or so-and-so just had a baby. And then I'll write them a message, or I'll give them a call, or I'll send them a baby gift. And, that's really nice to feel like I can keep up with people in my life that I really care about. But yeah, I just don't like going on social media anymore. I spent so much time on social media when I was younger in college. And I just feel like I had enough of it. And a lot of it was just trying to feed my own ego, and it got very, I don't know, I just feel like social media just drained me in a lot of ways, and I just wasn't really feeling it. And I'm wondering if there's going to be a movement eventually where more people kind of are doing that too. It seems like a lot of you guys can relate to that. So hang on, Jeremy Sligs. Yeah, I'm part of the chat without typing. Well, that's why I'm here, man. And I love doing I love talking with other YouTubers too. And I was on a chat. When was I on a chat last? Maybe I wasn't on another live stream recently. The one with Gary from Nerdrotic and Jeremy I was on last month now, I guess. And it was really fun. It was great to talk to them, but I felt like I was depriving myself of the actual chat part because I wasn't talking to you guys. And that's my favorite thing. So hi, Ollie. It's good to see you here. Kevin P. Yes, I saw, I watched some of Cecil's live stream with Chimera today about his comic. It was interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a Twitter. I actually discovered that I did have a Twitter that my friend created for me many years ago, I think when we were still in university, and because she loves Twitter, my friend's on Twitter, and she insisted that I have one. I think this was junior year of college. And she created one for me. And for some reason, it was somehow linked up to my YouTube account. So every time I posted a video on YouTube, this was last year, it would post my YouTube video to Twitter. But luckily, I don't think I even had any people following me. I had I don't know, 12 followers or something. And luckily, they ignored it. So, but yeah, I deleted that when I realized I had it. Oh. Yeah, but Drunk 3PO, you're like a public figure at this point. So I feel like it's healthy, well, not healthy maybe, but it's important for you to be on public Twitter in order to keep up with. I know it would be better for me to be on Twitter in some ways to keep up with you guys, but I don't know, it just feels like a dangerous, slippery slope that I don't want to engage with at this point. But I can see why people that are already established on Twitter are remaining on Twitter, because it's you're on the up and up. You're keeping up with news and people and memes and culture. So it's it's important. Oh, hello in Indonesia. That's great. Very cool. Tony Movie to 9 Mendez, I love The Thing. I mean, maybe you don't, but I love John Carpenter's The Thing. It's one of my favorite films ever. I think it does body horror better than any other film to come out since. It's phenomenal. Oh my gosh, the sorcery of the practical effects is so beautiful. By the way, speaking of practical effects, I forget his name, but one of the gentlemen involved in many many films, practical effects and special effects, was just on the Joe Rogan Experience. They had very interesting talks. There are several segments, several clips posted, and they talk about some of the best special effects artists, one of which I can't remember the name, but he did Clash of the Titans and Jason and the Argonauts. I think that's what it's called. Is that what it's called? Jason and the Argonauts? Anyway, it's really interesting. They do really interesting talks, and I think now more than ever, as I get older, I appreciate practical effects more than ever, and I love them. And I'd so much rather see kind of cheesy practical effects that happen within the world of the actors and the world of the story and the setting and the landscape of the film than see these like computer generated graphics that are just saturating the world of these films now. I'm just kind of like over it at this point. I'd so much rather see real effects. And one film that does it perfectly and seamlessly, I think, is Jurassic Park. I mean, they incorporate beautiful use of puppets and practical effects, and then sparingly use CGI when necessary, and it's just gorgeous. What a gorgeous film. Ray Harryhausen, thank you, Jennifer. Good job. Yes, you knew it. Yes, Ray Harryhausen. Yes, that's the guy. I love, and Carrie, yeah, you all got it. Look at all of you guys. I love it. All of you guys knew. Oh, that's so impressive. I love that you guys knew that. Tom King, I have not seen They Live yet, but I really want to. I'm always seeing people that do video essays and stuff talking about They Live, and it looks really cool from what I've seen. I really like the concept of it. It seems very interesting. Elijah asks, my favorite Lord of the Rings character. Ooh, I love Gandalf. Love Samwise Gamgee. And I love Aragorn. I'd have to say Gandalf. Probably Gandalf. I'd have to say Gandalf. He's great. Gary, and feel the same about practical effects. And Carrie Ford says, you have no issue with CGI. What you care about is good design and art. I mean, I definitely agree with that. If CGI is well tastefully done and it doesn't detract from your ability to enjoy a film, I have no problem with it. I just feel like many films now are kind of using it in place. They're using it for the spectacle and the explosions and the, whoa, that's a crazy monster, instead of using it to elevate the story. And I see you, King of Ruckus. Hello, thank you for being here. King of Ruckus is another one who's been here from the beginning. I'm so appreciative. Treebeard, yeah, leader of the Ents. He's awesome. I'm excited about the Lord of the Rings Amazon series. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm cautious. I love Lord of the Rings, but I just don't know how they're going to do it. I need to know more about who's involved creatively in order to feel safe. And even then, sometimes they have the best people involved and best laid plans, you know. So, I mean, case in point, Peter Jackson was involved in The Hobbit, and it just wasn't given the right weight, I think, you know, and it's just an unfortunate thing that happens. Echo Base Network, hello, thank you for being here. Yes, Lord of the Rings is awesome. Oh yes, and I saw your, I forget where, I think I had already left for work, but I saw your question about Kenner toys. All of my Star Wars toys are in Rhode Island with my parents now, because as you guys, I know a lot of you guys know, I moved from New York to California, and I could not bring, I think my car could only take up to 100 pounds of stuff, so I couldn't bring all my Star Wars toys. So the only thing I brought with me that's Star Wars related are my Star Wars t-shirts, because I needed those. But all my Star Wars stuff is in storage at my parents' house in Rhode Island, which is cool because now all of my Star Wars stuff is together. Because originally when I did my Star Wars collection video, I only had about, I don't know, a third of the stuff that I actually owned. Most of my stuff was in Rhode Island. And then when I was doing my collection video in my apartment, I just had what I had with me in New York, which is pretty limited. So, but yeah, I don't have any of my Star Wars toys with me, unfortunately. Not in California. I cannot speak Elvish, unfortunately. I cannot speak Elvish. I have not taught myself any other languages. I think the last stream that was on, I told you guys I taught myself how to write an ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs when I was in middle school. Sorry, guys, I'm not ignoring you. I'm actually reading through comments, just making sure. I don't want to miss too many questions. Oh, Riff Rocker Don. I just started The Expanse, actually. I just watched up until I just finished episode 2 of season 1, so I do not know enough yet. I'm intrigued. I know a lot of people really love it. I heard good things about it from Gary and from Candace, and they really, really highly recommend it. Several other people as well. So I'm very intrigued to see where it goes. I wasn't a huge fan of the execution in the first 2, just because it felt like they were introducing a lot all at once and kind of just, which is okay. And it wasn't expository at all, which I really enjoyed, but and I'm hoping that's just almost an effect of they give a lot of faith in their audience's intelligence level to be able to put all the different characters and pieces together instead of it, just explaining things slowly. So I'm still on board, but I haven't watched the 3rd episode yet. I'm thinking as I go on, I'll probably learn to enjoy it more, but I don't know enough to have an opinion yet. Hi, D-Don Travels. Carrie Ford, you still love. See, I haven't seen The Hobbit yet. A part of me wants to, just because The Hobbit was my favorite book. I love The Hobbit. It's just so sweet and lovely. And I know that there are probably some very good sequences in there. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I need to give it a watch. Hi, Caitlin. Wow, you're in Australia. And I love Simba and Nala. That's beautiful. Where in Australia are you, Caitlin? That's very cool. I was in, I studied abroad in Australia for a while. It's a beautiful country. Hi, Felicia. I haven't watched Dark Crystal yet either. That is another one on my list. I have so many things to watch, you guys. I know you guys all want to know what I'm watching, and I watch a lot of weird, a lot of weird kind of stuff. I watched this movie last night, for example, that was really, really, really well done. It's Always Shine, I think it's called. It was an independent film, and it has the same girl in it that was in. She was in an episode of Black Mirror called. God, it's a good episode of Black Mirror. One of the better ones from the newer seasons, at least. San Junipero. She was in San Junipero, and she's the new human augmented person in the new Terminator movie, and she's a very good actress. I don't think I'm going to be seeing the new Terminator from what I've heard about John Connor. Thank you very much, but I did enjoy that. Oh, Felicia, it's your first time seeing me live. Hi. Well, it's good to have you here. I appreciate it. Oh, Caitlin, you're from Victoria. That's awesome. I was in Queensland. I went to school at James Cook University, and one of my best friends there was from Victoria, and she's a sweetheart. I haven't talked to her in a long time, though. Her name's Emma? Mackenzie Davis. Yes, thank you, Addis. Yes, you guys know. You guys always know. I love how I can ask a question and everyone in the comments is like, this thing, this person. I appreciate it. Oh, Quentin's in Perth. Hey, you guys. You're practically neighbors. Yeah. Yeah, that's the cool thing about streaming now is you can watch kind of mediocre things on a discounted price, whereas, eons ago, you'd either have to see it in theaters or go to Blockbuster. I miss Blockbuster, I have to say. Thank you, Christy. You're an awesome mod, by the way. Thank you. Bearded Nerd, you got the new Terminator spoiled for me too. I watched several spoiler videos because I knew it wasn't going to be good. I watched Jeremy John's video on it, and I watched Gary from Gary Nerdrotic's video on it, which is really funny, and Red Letter Media's video on it, and none of them were particularly fond of the film overall. So I don't think I'm going to check it out. Veni Vidi Vici, who's my celebrity crush? That's a good question. I don't think I really have one right now. It's funny because growing up, I always felt like celebrities, I was so enamored with the idea of someone being a celebrity. And now I just think so many of them have, not all of them, of course, but so many of them have revealed themselves to just be very kind of insecure, egocentric people that feel their opinion has more weight because they have this place where they can talk to the masses. And I don't know, I'm very disillusioned with a lot of celebrities now in a lot of ways. So I'd have to say celebrities I admire maybe more so would be those that actually stay out of the spotlight, stay out of the media brackets, stay out of the, the constantly churning events and red carpet and all the viral stuff. I don't know, like maybe an example would be someone like, I think Keanu Reeves stays kind of out of that. Although lately it seems like he's been a little more forthcoming with his public image, but I don't know. Yeah, I've been a little disillusioned with Hollywood in general. Red Pillman, yeah, I actually answered the comics question earlier. Someone else asked the same thing. I don't really read comics currently, but I did when I was younger. And seeing the state of comics now, how divided and polarized the Comicsgate has been, I'm actually more intrigued than ever. I think there's a lot of really great artists out there, and I've always liked, comic art and the functionality of storytelling that comics have, and I really find them very engaging. I just haven't quite found my personal complement with comics, so to speak. So I'm still working on. Oh, King of Ruckus, thank you. I'm still working on figuring out which comic I'd like to start with. There are a lot of good ones. I almost think I'd like to get into like horror and manga style stuff. There's a lot of really good looking things there. I know there's one particular manga artist who does horror, and he really does a good job with he did the stuff with the spirals and the holes and really freaky deaky, like uncanny valley stuff. I'm sure at least one of you guys will know his name. Don't be sorry, Red Pill Man. I don't know if you're apologizing for asking that, but Tom Harvey. Thanks, Dad. You called me out. I did have a crush on Davy Jones from the Monkees. And once again, that goes back to not conceptually understanding that when I watch something many decades later, that the people involved in that production were much older. So yes, I love Davy Jones. Although I wouldn't go so far as to say I had a crush on him. I just loved the Monkees growing up. I saw reruns of the show and I got a little obsessed, and I bought every single album. I listened to every single song. I signed up for the Monkees fan club when I was like 14 years old. I was a weird kid, man. I was just all over the place. Still am. Wait, which question? Did I miss my question? Was in and out. Naderade, what was your question? Post your question again, because I'm keeping up with I'm trying to keep up with all these questions. So you can ask your question again. I'm going to try to keep my eye out for it. Robbie Bobby, you loved the Monkees. Yeah, the Monkees were great, man. I really highly suggest, I think Peter Tork and Mike Nesmith came out with a song called Me and Magdalena a few years ago. And it was written by, oh my gosh, Death Cab for Cutie. What's his name? The guy that, the lead singer of Death Cab for Cutie wrote this song called Me and Magdalena. And Mike Nesmith and Mickey Dolenz. Is it Mike or is it Peter Tork? I think it's Mickey Dolenz. Oh, I forget. It's Mike Nesmith and one of the other guys. And they sing Me and Magdalena, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it's more recent. It's really good. I saw the Monkees in concert. The first live concert I ever went to of my own wish for my 15th birthday was the Monkees. And then I didn't see another concert until I went to college. And then my first real like young person concert was Brand New, which I love. Okay, wait. Now where's the question? Narrate. What superpower I'd give myself and how I'd use it? I would have the Force. I would use the Force. Not that that's necessarily I know it's not like a comic book superpower. If I had a superpower, you know, I was watching Anna the other day and she said something about communicating with animals, and I really like that one. Although I feel like I already kind of do communicate with animals because I'm very tuned in with nature and stuff. And I know that they wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be like Dr. Dolittle where you would hear actual, you know, them actually having thought out conscious streams of consciousness because they don't think in that structure the way that we do. But that would be a cool superpower. And that one, Anna, many more points in my, she already has as many points as she could have in my book, but that one even more, because anyone that likes animals is okay in my book. Aw, Shellback TJC. We need to resolve your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie dilemma, hopefully someday soon. Okay, going back to lurking, spending time with your oldest son. That's awesome. That's great. Junju Itu, Darren Graber, thank you. Yes, Junju Itu. I'm probably butchering the name. I'm sorry. But yes, Uzumaki, the horror manga about spirals. Yes, I want to read Junju Itu. Has anyone, Darren, I'm assuming you have. What did you think of it? Anyone else? Have you read Junju Itu? And I really liked Death Note, not the movie, the actual anime series. That's one of my favorite anime series that I've seen. I really enjoyed that one. Darth Jank, I mean, me or Nova? I think Nova just had her eyes open. She's using her eyes to turn you into mindless cult followers, yes. The Beatles, of course, Robbie Bobby. I love the Beatles. If I love the Monkees, I have to love the Beatles, because to quote Dumb and Dumber, the Monkees inspired the Beatles. Just kidding. Okay, I'm just kidding for those of you who don't know that's a joke. The Beatles clearly inspired the Monkees, but that's awesome. You live in Liverpool. That's so cool. Oh, I love the Beatles. I mean, they're awesome. If I had to pick my two top favorite bands of all time, Simon and Garfunkel and the Beach Boys. Those are my top two, but I love a lot of other things. Drunk 3PO. Yes, I think I'm getting a little bit better at this. I think I could have a guest. I think I could have a guest eventually. Yeah, but this is just so fun being able to like actually read the comments. But yeah, I'm so nervous with guests. I feel like I clam up and I get really shy and scared. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better, and I'm working on it. I'm getting my confidence up, figuring myself out. You know, it's all working. Naderade, you say you would guest star. That's awesome. Hey, Joel Barnes. You didn't miss that. I haven't answered that yet. What would be my favorite comic book hero or superhero in general? Growing up, Superman, definitely. I also really enjoy Spider-Man. I also love Batman. I'm definitely more of a DC person. I just love the darker realm that it takes place in. But Marvel is awesome too, and it's so expansive. And you know who I love? If it wasn't, you know, obviously the show sucks. But is it Dr. Manhattan or Mr. Manhattan? He's a cool character. Dr. Manhattan. He's pretty cool. I like his ability to just cosmically connect with things. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the new series. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Drunk 3PO. Oh, I know it's no pressure. I'm excited. I'm just excited that anyone would even want to be a guest on my channel. It's very exciting because I never thought I would be doing any of this kind of thing. So thank you. And yes, I will, of course, have guests. Bearded nerd. Well, to quote the Beach Boys, I'm officially a California girl. You know, it's funny. I had a friend throughout college who said she was convinced that I was supposed to be from California. I don't know what that means, but I think she just felt like my attitude, and I was always kind of like go with the flow type of person. And she just thought that I should be from California. And I do find I really enjoy being out here so far. I stay away from, you know, the Hollywood LA scene because that's just not my bag, but I love the hiking and the canyons and the mountains and the ocean, and the nature is beautiful. And a lot of the people are really, really nice people. And it gets such a bad rap in the media as though like everybody's a crazy egocentric, you know, jerk, but people are really generally very nice and down to earth and laid back here, I find, especially in comparison to the tri-state area where I grew up and New York. There are great people everywhere and there are jerks everywhere. It doesn't matter where in the world you go. That's just the nature of being human. There are polarizing types of people, and but I do. This is one of my favorite places I've lived so far. I've lived in a lot of different places, so I appreciate it. Tia Lace, guys, this is my friend Tia Lace. She doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, but I've been trying to convince her to make one. She is not necessarily a Star Wars person the way that we are, but she has her own amazing, unique style. She's one of my best friends forever. We're like so opposite in so many ways, but she and I just click on the most amazing level, and she's amazing. So keep your eyes out in case she ever makes a channel. I will definitely, Tia, I will definitely hook you up if you ever want to make a channel. I will do so many shout outs for you. I love you so much. Peter Hahn, you date Emma Watson. See, I love her as Hermione, but I feel like ever since then she's just kind of gone on a little bit of a tirade, not tirade, but kind of I don't know. She just I don't know. I don't want to say anything negative. Because I like her. I like her ability as an actress, and I love her as Hermione. She's great as Hermione, and she's really pretty, and she's very smart. I just think sometimes she puts her foot in her mouth when she says certain things. But she's gotten better, I think, as she's so young too. We have to give young people the benefit of the doubt when they say things. When they say things about the world, especially if they're idealists and they want the world to be a better place, we have to give people like that the benefit of the doubt. There's always time I feel like I'm more self-aware now than I was last year. So, and I'm in my 30s. So if I'm still cultivating self-awareness at this age, certainly someone in there, I don't know how old she is, in her 20s, someone still has way more time to keep going with that. Hey, Mattuine. Wow, I haven't seen you in a while. Ahoy there. Ooh, Teeny. Hi, Mattuine. It's good to see you. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Thank you for being here. Goldeneye. Amelia Clark. Yeah, she's pretty cute. She seems really sweet too. Like in interviews, she seems so genuine, down to earth. She's always laughing. Yeah, I like Amelia Clark. She's super cool. Oh, Matt G. Thank you. It's just the lighting. Yes, very well said, the dude 1764. I love your your screen image. That's great. Your username image, whatever you call it. Profile picture. Yes. KA, yay, you made it. Welcome, you're here. Ooh. Oh, I love you. I never got to see up close what your actual Picard, yay, incoming transmission. That's awesome. Picard is my favorite captain. Man, too bad they're gonna butcher his series, right? This is true, Carrie Ford. That is a true statement. Shady Endeavor, refresh my memory who Jenna Coleman is. I know that name, and I'm sorry if I'm being ignorant right now. Ollie, if you're speaking of the Golden Fox, unfortunately, that is not a real being. However, if you were speaking of this little creature, oh my gosh, where am I pointing? Ugh, where? Ugh. In the cat tree, sleeping, that is my cat, and she is officially alive, breathing, and an organic, biological creature. She's awesome. Clara, Doctor Who. Ooh, yes, Claire. Wait, where's Clara? Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I need to look up. Was Clara the redheaded one? She was my favorite. Hang on, Clara. Oh no, I know which one you're talking about. The brunette, right? Hang on. Oh, I just typed in Clara as if Google would just know. Clara Doctor Who, of course. Clara Oswald. Oh yeah. She's very cute. But I love the redheaded one. I think she was my favorite companion. And of course, Rose. Is that her name? Rose. Matt G, thank you. Thank you for your super chat. You're so sweet. Speaking of super chats, I should make sure I didn't miss any more. Okay. I think I got all of you. Yay. Wow. Just making sure I read all of Dr. Ian Malcolm. Oh my gosh, Dr. Ian Malcolm, I missed his super chat. He said, I forgot to thank John for a lovely weekend. That is one of my favorite quotes from Jurassic Park. Yes, Dr. Ian Malcolm. He's probably not even here anymore. I'm sorry that I missed your super chat. Oh, Dr. Ian Malcolm is the funniest. I love the relief that he adds to Jurassic Park. It's so perfect. What a perfect blending in that film. You have elements of horror, you have elements of suspense, thriller, adventure, sci-fi. I mean, you've got it all. And then you've got the comic relief of Mr. Dr. Ian Malcolm, the chaotician. You can't do better than that, man. Rose, yes. Aw, thank you, Berserk Plays. Thank you for being here. I love your profile picture. That's very cool. Cool little character there. Looks like he's having fun in the city. Zoe, hi, thank you for your question. I will do reviews for the Mandalorian episodes as they come out if I feel passionate about it. I've said a few times before that I don't necessarily want to be like a review channel. Oh, I just saw that Darth Barbie just thank you so much, Chris, for texting me this. She I didn't have my phone, I didn't have my text messages on before, but she texted me to show me that I had multiple streams on at once, and I clearly I'm a boomer and I have no idea what I'm doing. But yes, thank you. I luckily sorted that all out. But Zoe, yes, I will if I feel moved and passionate about The Mandalorian. However, if it's kind of lackluster and I'm not really feeling much for it, I probably won't review it. But yeah, as I was saying, I've touched on the topic before that I don't necessarily want to be a review channel. I feel like so many people do that so well as it is. I don't necessarily feel that the market is saturated, but I also don't feel that I offer enough to, to really add a ton of quality unless it's something that I really enjoy. And I also don't really, I would love to kind of focus on things that I really truly enjoy, feel connected to, just because I feel like it makes me just feel better psychologically to talk about things that I enjoy. It's great to rant sometimes, and I definitely get very frustrated with the state of things, like we all do. But for my own mental health, I'm going to try to talk about the things that I really love and feel connected to for now. But don't get me wrong, I'm sure you'll always be able to find snippets of me ranting in one way or another. Peter Hahn, you miss Kay. I miss Kay. Who's Kay? Remind me who Kay is, unless you're talking about me, in which case that would be weird because I'm right here. Oh, the dude. 9-month-old kid woke up and you mentioned your cat started racing around the room and going kitty crazy. I love when they do that. To any of you who are cat people and you know what going kitty crazy is, it's the funniest, cutest thing ever. I love when Nova does that. She just goes absolutely bonkers. Oh, and she's giving herself a bath right now for everyone to see. Oh, Peter Hahn, it was a typo. Okay. Okay, thank you. I need a P.O. box for supportery things. Opening fan mail is always a hit. If you already have one, where might that be? Also love the channel. Long live the light side bunny. Thank you so much, K.A. I do not have a P.O. box. I've heard that from several people. I'm excited by the idea, but also a little nervous just because I'm kind of a cautious person, and there's a part of me, and I'm sure this is weird, there's a part of me that thinks that someone might send me like anthrax or something if they particularly dislike me and my opinions. Well, so I don't know, I'm scared they might send me like some like human hair or I don't know, some weird stuff. You never know. I watch a lot of, crime videos and stuff, so maybe I'm being a little paranoid right now, but that means so much that you would even think that way. I appreciate that. I'm definitely considering it. I'm considering it. Jeremy has told me I should do it. He suggested it, so we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit, I don't know. I just think of that. For as positive and bubbly as I might seem, my mind goes to very dark places a lot of the time. And I've had my fair share of mishaps in life with certain things, whether personally or whether through people I have known. I've seen a lot of the darker sides of human nature and just existence in general. So my mind tends to go to very dark outcomes sometimes, but I'm hoping to maybe be able to find a balance with that way of thinking, with a little more stoicism in my life. But for now, I'm a little cautious with things and people. Yeah, totally get it. I have to stay a little paranoid. And then, oh, thank you, baby steps. I am like a baby steps aficionado when it comes to life. That's, if you guys want to know, the inception of my username, the reason I call myself Jedi Bunny is not just because I love animals and I love bunnies, but also because I really relate to bunnies in a way that I live in a constant state of anxiety. And I'm always scared. And when something spooks me, I will turn tail and run. So I like when people understand that baby steps are important to me, and that's why your support from all of you guys is so meaningful and like touching for me, because it's like I've found a community of people that understand that I'm anxious and scared and fearful and awkward. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, Star Wars Immortal. My live stream was recommended. When in your recommended feed, can I rank Star Wars movies from best to worst? Do you have an Instagram? I'm at the Star Wars Immortal. I do have an Instagram. I was just talking about this. I haven't been on Instagram in a long time. I try to kind of stay away from social media personally. But next time I'm on, I will definitely follow your channel. My Instagram, I think, is like Enigma Bunny or something like that. I want to say. One of you guys probably knows better than I do. I don't know. I don't know my own Instagram handle. I know it's Enigma Bunny or something like that. Star Wars movies from best to worst. My top favorite Star Wars movie, actually one of my favorite movies ever, is The Empire Strikes Back. I would follow that personally with A New Hope, the original Star Wars. I would follow that one with Return of the Jedi. Revenge of the Sith. Rogue One. Sorry, Nova's eating and I can hear her chewing and it's distracting me. Okay, Rogue One. Solo Story? No, Solo Story can't. It doesn't have enough heart. Okay, so, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, then Solo Story. But of course, I'm just started the Clone Wars and I'm really enjoying those. So yeah, but those aren't really a film. So we'll see. Clearly, The Last Jedi doesn't make it onto my list. It's last out of those. It's last. But thank you for your question. Thank you for your super chat. And I love your profile picture. That's awesome. Energizer Bunny, no. Thank you, Ollie. Yes. It's funny, and I talked about this a little bit before, but I find that when I create videos, I love making videos to an extent, but I also have a really hard time just like figuring out what it is that I want to say. And when I feel like I am connected to you guys, it's in the comment section of those videos. And I love reading your comments and getting back to your comments and having a conversation there. But what I love about live streaming is we can do all of that right here, right now, in real time. And it feels like an actual real friendship and connection and community. So I'm loving live streaming, which I never thought I would ever do. Whenever I saw other people live streaming, I was like, I could never do that. But now it's one of my favorite things. And, as an introvert, it definitely can be very draining after the fact. Like while I'm talking to you guys, I feel so happy and engaged and connected. But then afterwards, I'm so tired and I want to sleep for like 3 days. But it's great. And I absolutely love it. Not that you guys are draining. You guys are energizing, if anything. But I think just my own introvert, the fact that I talk for this long and I talk more on these live streams than I talk cumulatively throughout my week. Like you could add up my whole week and put it next to the live stream. I'm talking way more. Because obviously when I'm teaching, when I'm with people, I'm doing talking, but I'm not constantly like verbalizing everything. It's just different. So thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy it. Neil Blomkamp's your favorite director. Yeah, I love District 9. I haven't seen Elysium or Chappie. I like the premise of Elysium seemed really interesting to me. I just know it wasn't really, critics weren't particularly fond of it, but I'm intrigued by the premise. And you say Chappie is the most underrated film. You're looking forward to, haven't looked much into Inferno, but I will. And maybe I'll give Chappie a chance if you say it's underrated. That's intriguing because I know critics were not a fan of that, and I tend to follow, not anymore, not as much now that most critics are bought and paid for at this point in terms of their beliefs and their opinions. But that's a whole other story, isn't it? Am I an Ewok hater? I've never been an Ewok hater, although I did have a bit of a wall up against the Ewoks originally. But after many, many years of reflection and looking at it from a more anthropological lens, I think I've come to terms with the fact that I realize that the Ewoks are putting forth a story of great meaning. And if you interpret it in the way that I believe Lucas intended us to, it is truly about a culture of downtrodden little beings. Well, they're not downtrodden. I shouldn't say that. They're actually quite thriving in their sense of community and fellowship. But I believe they might have originally been perceived to be these weak little things, and the fact that they come forward and show such great power and ability to band together and camaraderie is truly beautiful if you look at it that way. So no, I'm not an Ewok hater. I actually really like the Ewoks now. But when I was younger and I didn't understand, quite understand that meaning, I thought they were a little silly, but no, I like them now. Tony Movie 9. I have not seen the Rambo movies yet. I need to see the first Rambo movie. I know I need to see that. Drunk 3PO. Is there any place I'd like to travel to? I love travel. Yes, I would love to travel everywhere, I think. Star Wars planets do not count. So, I mean, I've been to Europe, but I would love to go back to Europe. I would love to see England because my mother was born just outside of London. I'd love to see where she grew up. I really want to see Japan. I've been to Thailand and I've been to India. I want to go back to India, actually. Maybe not right now, but eventually. My best friend lives in India. One of my best friends lives in India, and I loved being with her there and seeing her there and meeting all of her friends and family. And I stayed with her there for a while and I loved it. Thailand is amazing. The people are so kind. So I'd love to go back to both those places. But in terms of new places, I really want to go to Japan. I'd love to see Iceland. I'd love to see, gosh, there's so many great places. I'd love to see Egypt, and I know Egypt gets a bad rap from people that have actually been there, but I've heard if you find the right archaeological sites, like obviously if you just go to see the pyramids of Giza, you're going to feel shafted because it's basically a tourist trap at this point. It's like going to New York and wanting to go to Times Square. You're going to be upcharged, you're going to be in a crowd, you're not going to see what you're building up in your mind is going. I mean, some people love Times Square, don't get me wrong. Times Square is fun. But having lived in New York, I'm like, oh my gosh, don't let me anywhere near Times Square. So I'd love to go to Egypt and see some of the other archaeological sites. My gosh, there are a lot of great places. I don't know. There's so many places I'd love to see. I could be on that question forever because I love traveling. Yes, girls from Thailand are pretty. That's true, Elijah Maccabee says girls from Thailand are pretty. Girls from Thailand are beautiful. They are beautiful, beautiful women. There are beautiful women everywhere. Hi, Psychonaut. Good to see you here. Amsterdam. I would very much like to go to Amsterdam. Amsterdam looks awesome and beautiful flowers. Yes, I would love to go to Amsterdam. Thank you for your super chat, by the way. Christy, are you going to bed? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you again for recommending Hell House LLC. We really enjoyed that movie. It was so fun to watch. That was a great recommendation. So thank you again. Gary, I have not been to Big Bear yet. I want to go there so bad. We've actually looked into it. We've looked into Big Bear and Yosemite. I think they'd have to be day trips because we looked at hotel prices and they were so expensive because we like to travel with Nova. We take her everywhere with us. So we'd have to stay in a hotel and they're just so crazy expensive right now. So one day I'm going to get there, but it looks beautiful. Ooh, Matween says Ireland. Yes, I'd love to go to Ireland. That's partially my homeland. My father has a lot of family from Ireland. Girls from NYC are beautiful too. That is true. There are a lot of beautiful girls from NYC. It's a huge modeling hub. So it's like Paris, Milan, New York City, London, Miami, actually, obviously all over, Southern California, but New York City has some of the most beautiful, beautiful women. Yes, absolutely. There's a big modeling hub, and not just for modeling. Obviously, there are women that don't model that are just as beautiful. I love how we're talking about attractive women. Machu Picchu, yes, that was one of the ones I was trying to think of. Machu Picchu, absolutely. I really want to go there. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Electricalin. Thank you so much. Jason Carlos says Montreal girls have the best eyebrows. I've been to Montreal. I didn't notice that, but that's very, very fascinating. Elijah says Scottish lassies are fairly bonny too. I can't do a Scottish accent, clearly. Scotland and Japan, good choices. Peter Hahn, I think Big Bear is a ski resort, but I do believe it also, I know it has a ski resort, but I think it also has a lot of great hiking and beautiful mountains and stuff. Oh, beats means highs. Hey there. You lived in Dublin a few years. Prefer rural island as the people are much nicer away from the city. I have heard that. That's very cool. Actually, my friend who was here earlier, Tia, she went to study in Ireland for a while, but I think she was just outside of Dublin. She really enjoyed it. Yes. That's true, KA. Elijah, I wish I could do an Irish accent right now. But Nai Lassie is bonnier than Jedi bunny our queen. Thank you. Oh, I wish I could do an Irish accent. My gosh, you guys, that's the one pitfall to living in Southern California is the dry. My lips are constantly drying out. Sorry for the chapstick application. Constantly. Hey, Pete Ferreira, it's good to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Things are going well. Things are going really well. We're having great, very interesting, all over the place conversations as usual, which I love. It's my favorite thing. Caitlin, I want to go back to Australia. I want to so bad. I miss it. I would love to come back. The beaches are beautiful. I went to so I landed in Brisbane when I went. It's beautiful there. And I was in Townsville. We had some nice beaches. And then the Sunday Islands, I think they were called. Oh my gosh, so amazing. And then I love the hiking there is beautiful. We went to Wallaman Falls and I was singing the Jurassic Park theme song the whole time. It's beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know. I noticed you changed your. Did you change your name, or do I just know your first name from reading your comments before? Maybe you didn't actually change your name, but I don't want to say it in case you're trying to be anonymous. So I'll just call you P. But thank you so much. I appreciate there, and you've been there with me from the very inception of my channel. So thank you so much for always being so supportive. I really appreciate it. Christy, oh, that's cool. Are you in Texas? I want to go to Texas. It's either winter or summer all year long. It's so funny. Oh man, that leaves out my favorite season. My favorite seasons are fall and spring. Greg Rivera, I have not seen Quarantine yet, neither of those versions. And I love Let the Right One In, but is it Swedish, the original? I love the original version. Really cool. Jeremy Swiggs, I think I live relatively close to Anna. I want to say she's maybe about an hour away from me. We're relatively close, like as far as, because California is such a big state, and I think we're fairly close, but I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure. I'm still getting to know the area geographically because I don't get out that much unless I'm like going hiking or something, which I have to drive usually about an hour or two away from where I live to go on a good hike. Yes, the great whites are hungry, but Dad, as you know, there are great whites in your neck of the woods too. So you guys got some great whites even in Rhode Island, especially Cape Cod. Felicia, oh my gosh, yes, it's my first 200. I can't believe it. This is like the weirdest thing. This is so surreal. Elva's going through a crazy mood right now. But yes, since this first 200, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's weird. I don't even know how many subscribers I have right now. I think I have 4,000 now. So that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Caitlin says you'd be singing the Jurassic Park theme song too. Exactly. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. Those lush forests, especially when it's not like when there isn't a big drought. When it's, you know, when it's nice and temperate, everything's so green. Oh. Jason Carswell asked, do I like hard science fiction, no magic monsters or fantasy, i.e. The Martian? I enjoyed The Martian. It wasn't my favorite. But I do enjoy hard science fiction when it's done, when it's well done. Of course, it's harder when you're not, you know, it's I think it's a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but it can be more engaging for the audience when you have things like, you know, aliens and magic and you know, the actual like more fictional elements to it. Oh, here's Nova. But yeah, that's a really good question. Do you have any more examples other than The Martian? Maybe I'd love to hear more examples of what constitutes hard science fiction because I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Thank you, Greg Rivera. I appreciate that. Yes, Peter Hahn. I know John Williams wrote that theme. John Williams is my favorite film composer of all time. I absolutely love John Williams. I have a video where I read through my extraordinarily cringy fan letter that I wrote to him. It's very embarrassing. But I love John Williams. I've seen him in concert before. It was one of the most moving times I've ever had. He did a film night in New Hampshire once, and I drove to see it, and it was beautiful. He's so talented. He's such a sweet person too. If you ever have the chance, and I don't think he does many concerts any longer, but if you ever have the chance to see John Williams live, oh my gosh, you have to. It's a beautiful experience. He's an incredible person. He's so smart. He's so well spoken. He was doing a film night, and the theme was Lawrence of Arabia. So he, of course, conducted many of his works from films that he's composed, but he also did several of the musical pieces from Lawrence of Arabia, and they had the big screen with scenes from Lawrence of Arabia, which, as you know, is a gorgeous, gorgeous film. It's so panoramic. It's so beautiful. And he was also speaking and talking about the film, talking about, you know, the story and the history, and he's very, very smart, very eloquent, very well spoken, just an awesome human being. He's a magical musical wizard. I love John Williams. And I know that he's not here, but I know Dave Fox always says, we need a John Williams action figure. So if anyone's in the business of making action figures, we need a John Williams action figure. Please, I would buy that. I would be first in line to buy a John Williams action figure. Psychonaut, your 2001 is your all-time favorite film. I love 2001: A Space Odyssey. I know some of you guys find it boring, but I love 2001: A Space Odyssey. I love just the overall concept of Hal. So cool, that red eye. That's so good. All time. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Don't worry. Ooh, yeah, Hans Zimmer's phenomenal. He's great. You can't say anything negative about Hans Zimmer. He's phenomenal. He's great. I really enjoyed Danny Elfman, actually. He's done some really great stuff. I know he's kind of all over the place. That's a funny little bit in Family Guy. Is it Family Guy or is it the Blue Harvest films that Seth MacFarlane made where they have the binary sunset theme? And I think John Williams like dies or something. So So like, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Elfman, and he like composes the Star Wars theme, and it's just awful because Danny Elfman should never compose the Star Wars theme. It was good. It was very funny. Oh, the dude. Okay, 2001 is hard sci-fi. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess I wasn't necessarily counting that because of the elements of like the more metaphysical elements, I guess you'd call them, and the concept of time travel and the emergence of consciousness. But I guess yeah, I guess that is hard sci-fi. You're right. I love it. I love 2001. And that's my favorite hard sci-fi film, if that's the case. But is Blade Runner hard sci-fi? Because I know the replicants are they don't exist within our world, but they very possibly could. And I don't think they're too fantastical. So would Blade Runner be considered hard sci-fi? I don't know. Ollie Shep, that's Blue Harvest. Thank you. Yeah, I love that one. Hey, Chris. Yeah, I'm skipping it too. Yeah, I'm skipping the new Terminator movie too. It doesn't look too good, but I watched a few spoiler videos that are pretty entertaining. So I'm vicariously enjoying the new Terminator just through spoiler videos. I love Terminator 1 and 2 are some of my favorite films ever. I love John Connor. And it's very upsetting to hear what they did with his character. Sorry if that's a spoiler. Apparently it happens within the first 15 minutes of the film. So, and everybody's talking about it. So I'm sorry if I spoiled it. You know I hate spoiling things, but it's just a Gravity. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, Gravity I think would be considered hard sci-fi. Where yeah, they're talking about hard sci-fi. Psychonaut says Blade Runner is not hard sci-fi. Nothing in Philip K. Dick is hard sci-fi. Okay, interesting. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, I do think Gravity would be considered hard sci-fi, yes. Logan's Run, Close Encounters, The Fountain, War Games, Gravity, Inception, and I, Robot. Oh, so Inception is too. See, I didn't know if you could incorporate time travel into hard sci-fi. So even if it's a technology that doesn't yet exist, it can still constitute as hard sci-fi. So, okay, very interesting. Yes, Quentin Daniels, I agree. The franchise died after Terminator 2. Some of the films might have been fun. They might have been enjoyable from an entertainment perspective, but yeah, I was not. I think the last one I saw was Terminator 3, and it was like I saw it in high school, I think, so I didn't really have a mind for understanding yet completely what constituted a great piece of film. I enjoyed it from an entertainment value level, but yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, Philip K. Dick. I knew what you meant. I love Philip K. Dick. P. Ferreira, yeah. P. Ferreira saying, sorry guys, it wasn't The Last Jedi that killed Star Wars, it was The Force Awakens. Sadly, I have to admit I enjoyed The Force Awakens when it came out. I had much higher hopes for the franchise at that point. And I think I was kind of blind to a lot of the things that they were doing with our characters, with the original trilogy characters. I don't think I think I made exceptions and was blinded by my own love of Star Wars. And I can't necessarily disagree with that statement. Ooh, Gary NS, what's my favorite David Lynch film and why? I'd have to say, I think I have to say Mulholland Drive for now. I just love the weirdness. I love the world. I love the acting. I think that's Naomi Watts at her absolute pinnacle of performance. She's phenomenal in Mulholland Drive. Love the story. Oh, to whoever asked the question originally, that was a great question. They asked what film confuses me the most. I'd have to say Mulholland Drive is a great movie that I love that also confuses me. A lot of Lynch's works are up there with that, but I think Mulholland Drive and Eraserhead might be up there as far as not necessarily confusing, but more confounding. They really make you think. So, yeah. Bearded Nerd, have I seen the movie Sunshine? Oh my gosh, why is that so familiar? I think I have seen Sunshine. Hang on, let me look that up real quick. Sunshine. Yeah, that sounds, I know I've at least heard of it if I haven't seen it. Sunshine. Psychological thriller, Danny Boyle, written by. Cillian Murphy, 2007. No, you know why I know it? It's on my movie list. I have a movie list, and I know that's on there, but I haven't seen it yet. Psychonaut, yes. Eraserhead, definitely. It's not my favorite. Actually, there's a good T-shirt out there called "I watched Eraserhead," or "I survived watching Eraserhead," and it has a picture of the baby in a shirt. It's the body and the clothing of the main character. I forget the man's name. I feel like it's Pete something. He's also in Twin Peaks. But it's the body and the wardrobe of the main character, but it has the head of the baby from Eraserhead. And it just says, "I survived watching Eraserhead." And I love that. I think that's very good. That's how I feel. Christy, what did you think of Mulholland Drive? I'm curious to know what you thought. I love Mulholland Drive. But I can totally see why people don't like it and why people don't like Mulholland Drive. I can absolutely see that. So if you didn't like it, no judgment. Rhodesian Scout, hi, it's good to see you here. Thank you for being in the stream. It is pretty gruesome, Psychonaut. Yay, Gary, you love Mulholland Drive too. Blue Velvet is beautiful. Oh, I love Blue Velvet. I mean, beautiful. I know it's pretty dark. I don't know if beautiful is the right word, but I find there's a real beauty to David Lynch's work, even in some of his gorier, grittier, darker themes. I just find him so freaking talented. Blue Velvet, yeah, that's amazing. And Dennis Hopper, is it Dennis Hopper? What a great character. Oh my gosh, what a cool character. Great. Ollie, yes, Mulholland Drive is a strange and awesome movie. Yes, and I love strange and awesome movies. Tony movie 9 Mendez. Do I think Lucasfilm should have fired Kathleen Kennedy because she has no idea what she's doing? Ideally, I do, but I also can see why there's no doubt that in one way or another, the powers that be at Disney are benefiting from the downfall in one way or another. Obviously, monetarily, they're not doing as well as they could be, and I know that they're aware of that. But there's something else going on culturally with the uprising against the films and the people involved that in one way or another is benefiting them. And I do think that they see, I don't think they see firing her at this point as being as beneficial as we know it would be for the actual meaning of Star Wars and for Star Wars as a whole. I think they're not looking at it like it's their creative art anymore. They're looking at it like it's a it's their bread. It's their whatever you call it. I don't know. It's their cash machine. So it's not about what we found meaningful about it anymore. It's about what they find lucrative. So unfortunately, I don't have the intellectual capacity to really structure my words around what I'm trying to say or thinking in the best, most eloquent way, but I'm assuming some of you guys probably, yeah, they're cash cow, Gary. Yeah, they're cash cow. So yeah, anyway, I don't know enough to say anymore. I'm not smart enough to say that, but I think you guys can at least understand somewhat of what I'm saying. Drunk 3PO, do I miss the East Coast? Yes, and luckily I go home twice a year, and I go home for Christmas, and I go home for the summer, and I get to hang out with my parents and stay with them and see my little sister, who is a Rottweiler, and we get to go for long, beautiful walks on the beach and hiking in the woods, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And so I go to Rhode Island. So I do miss it, and I have very nostalgic, sentimental feelings about it, but I'm not a big fan of the cold weather And I'm also not a huge fan of really hot humidity either, which it seems like the East Coast is most of the year. It's one or the other. But my favorite seasons are fall and spring, and I do miss those. But I'm not away from it long enough, I think, to truly like miss it from the core of my being. But I do miss it. I love it. I feel like I'm, you know, on a quantum level, I feel like I'm there partially anyway. So it's kind of good. I don't miss it too much. Good question, though. Ruthie's here. Hey, Ruthie. Oh, you're on your way to work. Thank you for stopping by, though. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for even stopping by. You're so sweet to even think of that. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. Elijah, were you smoking a cigar? Now you're done. That's okay. I'm glad we're here. Yeah, Carrie Ford, you make a lot of good points, man. I haven't highlighted all your comments, but I'm reading them, and you're making very good points. I agree. Has anyone seen The Lighthouse, by the way? Have any of you guys seen The Lighthouse? Don't give me any spoilers. No spoilers, but I'm very intrigued. I really like what A24 does with horror. So let me know. No, bearded nerd, you have to go. Oh, well, thank you for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your night or evening or whatever time it is where you are. And thank you for all your great questions and for just being awesome and supportive. I appreciate it. And Carrie Ford, I just also have to say thank you, because I remember you from the very beginning of my channel when I first started doing videos. You've been here with me for a long time, and I really appreciate you. You've always had very thoughtful, aware, intelligent, very insightful things to say. So I appreciate you. Thank you. No need to thank me. Peter Hahn, I love corny jokes. Send the corny jokes. Send all the corny jokes my way, you guys. Thank you, Peter Hahn. I hope Shaven Nerd doesn't leave as well. I hope Follically Challenged Nerd doesn't leave as well. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Bearded Nerd. Thank you for coming by. Yes, Carrie, you were. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys, whether you guys are brand new people just hanging out tonight because for some reason you're just here. And I appreciate those of you who subscribed a month ago, a year ago, or whenever, man. I'm just so grateful. I know before I even posted any actual video, I had like 7 subscribers for some reason. I used to comment a lot, though. I think people might have subscribed to my channel because they saw me comment something like weird or funny or something. And they were like, oh, I'll subscribe to this channel. So I had 17 subscribers. That's what it was. I think I had 17 subscribers before I even uploaded a video. So that was cool. Maybe you guys are still here. I don't know. Let me know if you are. Thank you. I will be a guest on your show. I would love to be a guest on your show. Thank you. I'm flattered that you would like to have me. I would absolutely love that. You're awesome. And I just saw your video today talking about, oh yeah, shout out to that. Everybody, I have his name highlighted right now. This is Junk 3PO, aka Jay, right? Jay, I think. And he just uploaded, if you guys are smaller YouTube creators and you have 1,000 subscribers or less, or even if you're not a creator, but you want to kind of contribute to the community talking about Star Wars, Jay just made a video talking about how he would really love to help out and give a platform to those of you who have smaller channels, 1,000 subscribers or under, and he would really just love to give a platform to you guys. So even if you haven't made a video yet, but you're considering it, I know some of you guys have talked about that, how you might like to start making videos, or you wondered about it. Now, that would be really cool. And Jay is awesome. He's a really good guy. He's very smart. He's very cool. He has like the most soothing voice I've ever heard, and just a cool all-around guy, very funny. And the fact that he cares so much about helping others is really nice and refreshing, because we don't have enough of those humans. We don't have enough of you humans. It's a good thing to be. So yeah, go check him out. Go check out that video too. Hey, Ernest, Tampa, cool. I do love the shinin, because we don't want to get copyrighted. That's my best, what's his name? Groundskeeper Willie impression. That's from The Simpsons. That's a Simpsons reference. Gary and according to, what do you call an alligator detective and investigator? I love that. It's so cute. Oh, I love that. Oh, no, Ernest, I haven't watched Dr. Sleep yet. Don't give me any spoilers. I that's on my list. That's on my list because even if it's not good, I need to see it because The Shining is one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh, yeah, clip it. I don't know how to do that, but do it. Clip it. Ooh, thank you. Prince of Darkness. That's going on my list. I know I have so many things to add to the list. Prince of Darkness, because I love John Carpenter and I do love horror. And it's really cool to hear that coming from you because you don't even like horror and you like Prince of Darkness. Alice Cooper's in it? That's interesting. Jason, thank you. We have a while to go before May, but thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, good night, Dad and Mom. I don't know if you're the oldest people in the chat, guys. Everyone say good night to my parents. They're going to sleep now. Good night, guys. Love you. Give each other a hug for me. Bye. Sweet dreams. Nova's doing something here. No, don't do that. No. Just trying to pull down the tapestry. Oh, here, guys, check out Christy's comment. She put a link to Drunk 3PO's video. So go check that out. I encourage any and all of you who are interested in who have content already or who are interested in that and just doing it. If you have thoughts, if you have something to say, if you want to put yourself out there, just do it because if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. If I'm doing this, you guys can definitely do this. Oh my gosh, Matt G, that's a great question. First movie I saw in a theater. Most times you've seen, no, stop it. Stop. Nova's trying to climb the tapestry. Can you see her? Nova, no. Nova, stop being a little brat. Okay, so good night, Mr. Jedi Bunny. Yes, my dad's name is Mr. Jedi Bunny. Bye, parents. First movie I saw in theaters. I want to say it was like it had to be Beauty and the Beast or The Lion King, whichever came out first. Stop. Hey. No. She's being such a little brat. She loves getting attention. My favorite movie that I saw in theaters, and I couldn't have been that much older, I think I was 6, was Jurassic Park. I remember my parents debated about bringing me to see it because they thought I'd be too scared. But at the time Jurassic Park came out, I was actually obsessed with dinosaurs. I wanted to know every type of dinosaur. I wanted to be a paleontologist. So Jurassic Park, of course, when it came out, I wanted to see it. And my parents brought me to see it. And it was, I think Jurassic Park might have been one of the defining moments of my personhood, not just my childhood, but my personhood. Oh, so good. Hey, Zanron. Yes. Yes, K.A., she is. And now she is behind the tapestry. So there's a little poltergeist in the wall now. They're here. It's kind of horrifying. She's a little brat. Yes. Oh, that's good, Gary. Why did the Clydesdale give the pony a glass of water? Because he was a little horse. Aw, wait, 6? You went on your first date at 6? That's early. I didn't go on my first date till I was like 17. Oh my goodness, 6. Little baller, man. My favorite dinosaur is a Dilophosaurus. Who asked that? Darth Revan, great question. My favorite dinosaur is a Dilophosaurus. They're awesome. Oh, Amit, thanks for coming back. You were here before, weren't you? What did you have for dinner? Ooh, Gary M., you know I love the Lovecraftian horror, so I've got to see Prince of Darkness. I think Carpenter is just great at, I mean, clearly The Thing is one of the best Lovecraftian horror films. It's body horror, it's cosmic horror, it's Lovecraftian horror. Sorry, Nova's distracting me, of course. So Carpenter's great. Coffee or tea or neither. I love both. I'm pickier with coffee than I am with tea. I just started drinking coffee in the last couple of years. I mean, I'd had it before, but I always preferred like coffee drinks. So I liked my coffee to be either like a coffee milkshake or a coffee culotta or a frappuccino. But now I've started making my own coffee drinks and like with espresso, cold brew, but I like it very particular, like a very particular flavor profile and acidity level. So I'm very picky with it. So I don't know. Oh, we got a cheeseburger for dinner. Nice. Protein. Greg says the Poltergeist creeps you out almost as much as The Exorcist. Yeah, I love, but you know what? There's like an almost heartwarming quality to the Poltergeist for me, because obviously if you've seen the Poltergeist, it starts with a television set, right? And I'm going to try to frame this without giving too many spoilers. It starts with a television on and obviously showing white noise. And so ensues a series of events that begin to kind of tear at the threads of reality for this family that is the central characters of the story. And then at the very end, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but like everything is, has been completed, and a TV is gently pushed, well, maybe not so gently, is abruptly pushed out of the family unit. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I think that's actually more relevant now than ever, with people on their screens as often as they are, and probably a little bit of a collapse in the family unit generally, at least for the Western world. So I think that's kind of a more pertinent story than ever at this time. K.A., what are you singing? Take my hand. Is that, there's, Take My Hand is in so many songs. I'm wondering which version that is. Hello, Dr. Coffin Nails. Oh, yes, I meant to. Yes, and Christy said hello to him too. Hello, Dr. Coffin Nails. Thank you for being here. Elijah, thank you. You say my sketches are beautiful. Would I do commissions such as illustrating your books? Should you finish them? Yes, you should finish your books, first of all. Most importantly, yes, you should finish your books. Would I do commissions? See, my thing with my art is I've had several people throughout my life commission me or ask to commission me for several different things. And I always find that I'm not really good at doing, I'm not really good at doing things in a structured sense. I kind of take a very non-linear approach to things. So whenever I have a project in front of me, I have to compartmentalize it on my own in a very strange way. And I find art is very similar. So unless it's something that I've constructed from my own mind, it's very hard for me to do things that have a preset expectation around them. And the same goes for art. So long story short, I probably wouldn't be the best person to ask to do commissions, but I'm so flattered that you would even think to ask me that. So thank you. And I'm so glad that you loved my art. And, I've been missing doing art for a long time, and I would love to get back into it because it's such a huge, just like release and like creative outlet for me. And obviously I need that. So I don't know. I would love to get back into it. And I'd love to show you guys more of my sketches and stuff if you ever want to see more. But yeah, I'll get back into art, and you're always welcome to take a look at my stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, but I'm not the best person to ask for commissions though. I'm sorry. I'm not turning you down. I'm just saying I'm probably not. You probably could find someone much more worthy of that than I. Ooh, my favorite Martin Scorsese movie. I love Taxi Driver. I haven't seen Taxi Driver since high school. I saw Taxi Driver in the first film course I ever took in high school. We watched Taxi Driver. Gotta love those teachers, right? The ones that just give 0 Fs. Just like, let's show these young impressionable children Taxi Driver. But it was fun. And from what I've heard, it seems as though there was a lot of almost reflections of Taxi Driver in the new Joker film. So that's cool. But then again, other than Goodfellas and Shutter Island, I don't know if I, what other Martin Scorsese films have I seen? I don't know. Watch party idea. What's the watch party idea? I didn't see that. Oh, sketch stream. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it under pressure. I'd be so nervous. I'd probably just draw something. I'd probably just draw something really terribly. Bye, Gary. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great, beautiful night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here from the beginning, man. I really appreciate it. My favorite James Cameron movie. Did James Cameron do the second Alien? Am I really ignorant right now? I don't know. If he did the second Alien, I'd have to say that one. Aliens, obviously. Bye, P. Ferreira. Thank you so much for being here from the beginning. Again, another one who's been here from the beginning. Thank you, Sith Lord. I have some finished work, but it's all at my parents' place in Rhode Island. Let me see, actually, if I think I have some photos on my phone from some paintings that I did, and I'll see if I can show you guys some of those. Let's see. Although I don't know if it'll really show up. Okay, so this one's, oh yeah, that's Medusa. Ugh, I love Greek mythology. Yeah, that's not gonna show up. Maybe if I change my phone settings. Nova's being such a little brat right now. Can you see that? No, not at all. Oh, obviously not. Here, there goes Boomer. Oh yeah, you can kind of see that. Okay, so there, guys. That is a painting that I did. I'd say that's about a 3 by 4 foot painting in oil. And it's kind of hard to see, but it's Medusa, and she's in a, I framed her in this old antique golden frame that was falling apart, so it looks pretty cool. Yeah, Nova's a little brat. I know, King of Ruckus. No, I haven't seen Joker yet. There are 2 other movies on my list first that I need to see in theaters, and that is Parasite and Doctor Sleep. I need to see those first. Thank you, Amit. I appreciate that. Do I think Jurassic World 3 should be rated R? I mean, I don't necessarily think so anymore because, you know, years ago, I do think that film ratings dictated the quality of the film a little more than they do now. But I do think you can get away with some pretty good, you know, good enough stuff, adult themes with PG-13. Honestly, I think they need to rework the rating system more than anything. Nova, what are you doing? You guys give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get Nova. She's being a little brat. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You want to say hello to everybody? Oh, she's go. Oh no! Don't run away. Look, it's our friend. Hi. Baby, say hello. Oh, she doesn't want to be held right now. Okay. Anyway, hopefully that stops her. Yeah, that darn cat. I don't remember what we were talking about. Jeremy Swiggs. Yes, they are adorable, cuddly pains in the butts. I agree. Thank you, Elijah. I'm glad you liked my my painting. Thank you, Keck44. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I love your profile photo. That's beautiful. Thank you for being here. I saw when I had like 3 different live streams up when I was trying to get through my technical difficulties. I saw the bunny emojis you sent in one of them. So thank you for being here from the very beginning when I started streaming. I appreciate it. That's cute. So you're looking at other cats now, huh? Oh, hang on. What did I just answer? I know that there are people asking a series of questions that I probably haven't gotten to yet. So I'm sorry if I haven't gotten to a lot of questions. Hi, Maximus Payne. Thank you for being here. Let me show you. I am definitely a cat person. I'm an animal person. I I just love, I don't think there's a single animal on this planet that I wouldn't fall in love with over time. I love cats. I love dogs. I love reptiles, amphibians, fish, whales, marsupials, tigers. Well, tigers are cats. Anyway, I love all animals. I love all animals so much. Let me show you guys some more paintings. Oh, this one's kind of cool. That one's a little more abstract. It's, I was going through a sad phase when I did that. It's more simple than the other one. The Medusa is obviously way cooler, but it's a human eye crying a human. I just realized what stoner art that probably looks like to you. But this was my thing that I used to do in college. Speaking of animals, I used to take notes in my book, obviously, and then I would, in my notes, I would draw. So there's like a little mud skipper, and there were my notes around it, and I would draw in pen and then just use my highlighter to add color. So anyway, I could show you guys more of that later. It's probably boring. Oh my gosh, you guys have so many. Okay. Yes, people love animals. That's always awesome. Greg, yes, I love The Office. I need to see the UK version because I love Ricky Gervais. He's so great. Ricky Gervais is hilarious. I love him. I've only seen the American version so far. I've heard The Office, the British version, the UK version is a little more dour, of course. But I love that. I love British humor. I think it's funny that there's a war between different types of humor because I find them so different that I can't really compare. I love them. I love British humor for different reasons than I love more American humor. Yeah, I need to see that. I really want to see the UK Office because I love Ricky Gervais. He's so funny. He did a great Oscar speech a few years ago. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. He basically just called out Hollywood for everything that it is, which is always awesome to see. Thank you, Dr. Coffin Nails. That is so nice of you. I'm so glad that you like my Medusa painting. Here, I'll show you another one just because you appreciate it. Let's see, what's one that you would like? I know a lot of you guys like dragons, so there's a dragon that I drew in my notes. Whoop. It's not a painting, but it's one I drew in my notes. So that's pen and highlighter and with my notes next to it. Little dragon. I love dragons. I love all kinds of mythology. I drew a mermaid here. She's a little skinny. I like to draw my character, or I like to draw characters a little fuller than this, but she was not eating enough fish. She's like a cocaine chic era runway model, you know. Oh. But I really like the ship in the background. That's all pencil and pen. I rarely draw in pencil, but yeah. They Live is a movie I need to see too. I'm right with you. Oh, King of Ruckus. I have a Deviant Art page that I used to put some stuff on, but I never really felt like I was enough of a fleshed out artist to really display my stuff. So no, I haven't really thought of that. Maybe one day, maybe if I get back into art and I'm creating more, but so much of I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Thank you for believing in me regardless. This one was one of my pieces that I let's see, hang on. This is not the version I love most of this one, but it's called Samsara, which is Sanskrit, and it means the beginning and end of all things. That's a painting. That's acrylics. It didn't turn out the way that I wanted. That's probably about a 3 by 2 foot painting. And you can't really see the details, but I was kind of going for something a little more metaphysical, so to speak. But yeah, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. But I do really like this side of it more, with the DNA double helix and the embryo in the universe within an hourglass. Little stoner art for you guys. Ooh, Sith Lord's Chinese zodiac sign is the dragon. Can you guys guess what my Chinese zodiac sign is? Just guess. I'll give you guys a minute. Guess. I'm waiting for it. What's my zodiac sign? Jeremy Swiggs, no, I do not. I do not model anymore. I used to when I was younger. I feel like I'm way too old to model now. I just, no. When I was young and naive. Cat, no, not a rooster, not a cat. Rabbit, yes, I'm a rabbit. My zodiac sign is a rabbit. I'm a rabbit. Both my mom and I are rabbits, actually. Good guesses, guys. Yeah, bunny, good job. Fridge. My zodiac sign is a fridge because I love food and I have a cold heart. Trying to remind me what? Am I missing something? I missed something, didn't I? Thank you, Elijah. That's so sweet. Greg Rivera, I have only done one piece of art on my iPhone. The weirdest thing, so if you go into notes and you save a photo in your notes, you can add, you can like scribble on top of it with like the little scribble tools they give you. And I made sort of a little painting. I painted over my face and made a Medusa. I love Medusa, apparently. Actually, I don't know where it is though. Yeah, you know what? I don't have it on here anymore, but it looked pretty cool. And I just took a photo of myself and then I painted over it and made that into a Medusa because clearly I guess I'm obsessed with Medusa. I just love Greek mythology and the Gorgons. It's very cool. James, you just love fridges. A fridge too far. Jason Carswell asks, do I like political conspiracies like true crime, but about levels of power? So, like the banking families, like JP Morgan and is it like the Morgans and the I know there are different names. I'm gonna blank on all the names now, but I swear I've looked into this. You know who has a good channel for that is Really Graceful. She has a really good channel if you're into political conspiracies and the like of that sort of thing. She has great production value. I mean, that girl, she is really, really smart. She's actually a writer. Her channel goes back ages and she's really funny and quirky and smart, but her newer stuff from the last several years has been mostly surrounding political conspiracies and not even conspiracies, because I think she bases most of her stuff in fact, and I believe she actually cites almost all of her sources. And the production value is beautiful. She does actually visually very beautiful videos, and she has a really great soothing voice to listen to as well. So Really Graceful. Check out her channel if you're into that kind of stuff. Greg Rivera asks what preferred medium I have regarding my art. Do I prefer a tablet when working? Oh yeah, you already asked me that. So no, I've never done any art on anything electronic other than my phone. And I couldn't even find you the photo to show you for that. So sorry about that. But my preferred medium is pen on lined paper, actually. That's my favorite way because I feel like I put the least amount of pressure on myself when I work low cost, low investment, and then I feel like I get better outcomes that way. But I do, if I am gonna paint, I prefer oils. But acrylics are really great too. I think it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'd love to do more art. I really would, because it's very soothing for me. It gets a lot of my existential angst out. The dude asked if I've seen the art of Brian Froud. He was an art designer for the Dark Crystal. I have not, but I love the art design of the Dark Crystal, and I haven't seen the Dark Crystal yet. And I know a lot of you guys have asked me if I've seen the new series. I haven't, but it seems like a lot of people really like it. And visually, I think the Dark Crystal looks beautiful. So I will definitely check him out. I absolutely love, I talk about this all the time, but I love Giger's art, his xenomorph concept and just his art in general. It's very beautiful and dark as well. Ooh, Elijah, what other mythology do I like? Scandinavian, Germanic. I don't know much of Scandinavian or Germanic mythology. Really, the most I know is Greek and some Egyptian, some Greco-Roman mythology and some Egyptian mythology, but I'm not as well versed as I would like to be. And with Greek mythology, I love it, but there are so many varying stories and tales, and I'd have to say my favorite, writer would have to be Homer. But for Greek mythology, not in general, because I don't have the attention span to read Homer regularly. Uh-oh, guys, we got a little theory going on here. Sith Lord, uh-oh. We were talking about an R-rated Jurassic Park movie. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I know I go off. I have ADD, and you guys just all bring up such good questions and queries and topics that it's hard to stay on target. So, yeah, the Jurassic Park R-rated movie. I mean, yeah, like I said, I think the rating system isn't all it's chalked up to be. I think there are some great films that are PG. I mean, think of so many films from the 80s before the PG-13 or R rating came out. I mean, what was it? It came out for what was the second Indiana Jones movie? Wasn't that what propelled the film industry to create a different rating system? Was that PG-13 or R? The inception of those with the beating heart. You pulled a beating heart out of the guy's chest. Spoiler alert! Come on. I'm with you, Jason Carswell. I'm with you on that. Sith Lord, you like oils personally. Did you paint your profile photo is gorgeous? If you had anything to do with that, even if you didn't, you've curated a beautiful piece of art. Ooh, Irish. I see. I'd love to know more about Irish and Celtic mythology. That's very cool. Is it Morgana? Is that Morgana? Was she like the goddess of war or something? I don't know. That's all I know. Unfortunately, embarrassingly enough. Oh no, Jason Carswell. I'm so sorry. Jurassic World 3. Yes, Tony Movie 9 Mendez. I mean, I would love an R rating for Jurassic World 3, but the first Jurassic Park wasn't R, and it was phenomenal, so I don't know. Ooh, Maximus Payne asked if I like Greek philosophy as well. I have looked into Stoicism, which is really, it's really incredibly big lately, Stoicism, which is great to see, because I think now more than ever, we need to look to philosophies like Stoicism, because we're living in a world where if you don't have a Stoic outlook to some extent, I think it's maddening. So yeah, Stoicism is great. I also think the best line of debate is God, now I'm going to blank on what it is, but it's the one where, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing, I'm forgetting the actual philosopher. It's not oh my gosh, the one where you continually just question people's theories instead of actually engaging yourself and your opinion. You just continually question. The Socratic method, is that the Socratic method? Whichever philosopher it was, I believe it was the Socratic method, but he ended up being, sentenced to death for it, which is just hilarious. It was Plato? John 3PO, what am I teaching the students this week? Well, I see, that's the cool thing with our curriculum is we don't have a structured curriculum. I mean, we do, but for the primary age group we work with, which is 4, we don't structure it the same way that I guess that you would for your students. So we have different projects. So sometimes we'll have a project that works for 1 week. Sometimes it'll be ongoing for up to 3 weeks. So this week we're working on just incorporating nature, because it's been such beautiful weather lately. We're doing a lot of sun prints, and we've been doing a lot of collecting of little organic features outside and incorporating those into art. So that's my favorite thing to do, is to incorporate art with nature, to get the kids outside and engaged and present and appreciating the beauty around them, and also incorporating it into their art pieces. And we paint over things, and it's very cool. It's very fun. Yeah, Socrates was sentenced to death. He had to drink poison, right? I believe he was sentenced to death, and he had to drink poison in one of the same, in the very amphitheater that I believe he actually demonstrated his Socratic method in, like years previous to that. He was a cool dude, man, Socrates. He just wandered the town questioning all of the rulers on their silly ruling platforms through, yeah, via Plato. Yeah, so is Plato then Socrates, right? Oh, it's not your work. You just like Darth Revan. That's cool. Well, he's beautiful. You cultivated a beautiful piece of art for your profile photo. I appreciate it. The art teacher at your school has to go to class to class. Yes, I don't know what that means, but yes, absolutely. Conspiracies are all about being a questioning skeptic. Yeah, I agree. I think there's definitely a level that conspiracies can get to where they take over your life to the point where they might not be contributing to your ability to live the healthiest, most balanced life. I do see some people going down that road, but I also think it's important to have an open mind and question the things around us and question, you know, what we perceive to be normal or just taken for granted. So yeah, there's always a balance between things, though. There's always a gray medium area where I think truth and opinion must meet. Jeremy Swiggs, I'm a better looking Bob Ross. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think Bob Ross is a beautiful man with a beautiful head of hair, which I read recently that Bob Ross actually didn't want the afro, but he was told by PBS that he had to keep it because it became a part of his image. In a sense, it was a part of his mimetic presence in the world. So he had to keep that afro despite not wanting to, sadly. But it's iconic now, so. Yes, Peter Hahn, thank you. Socrates taught Plato, who taught Aristotle, who taught Alexander the Great. If you want to conquer the world, get a great teacher. Ah, that is a great comment. I love that. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, absolutely agree. Okay, that's a good one. So many different philosophies. Some people teach kids. I throw small objects at them. It's the little differences that make this world great. Yes, Dr. Coffin Nails, my man, you knew the tidbit. Yes, that's right. He got the perm to save money on haircuts. Yeah, that's what I saw. That's what I read. Jeremy Swiggs. So I'm going to switch to an afro. No. I naturally have pretty kind of wavy curly hair, but when it's dry out like this, it just kind of like, I don't know, does its own weird thing. It's not like Bob Ross amazing. I wish. Ooh, little man, that's a good way to remember it. SPA, spa, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, because I always remember, I always forget which one came first. Spa, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. And didn't the Greeks invent what we now see as spas in their bathhouses, essentially? It was Greek bathhouses before it was Roman bathhouses, right? Anyway. Elijah asked if I've listened to, thank you for that, for your kind words, by the way. I have listened to Tool. I think you asked me this last time, but I can't think of any particular, hang on. You know what? While I'm here, and I'm going to get right back to your comment to Drunk 3PO, because I I didn't understand what you were saying the first time, but give me a second. Okay, Tool, songs. I could say discography. Oh, Schism. I think I know Schism, 46 and 2. I don't know if I know any of the other ones. That's a funny name. But you know what? I will give them a listen now that you mention it. So thank you for your question. Let's see. Oh, drunk 3PO. What you were saying is that the art teacher at your school does not have her own classroom. She roams. Well, I sort of have my own classroom. I have like a home base, but sometimes I roam, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I have to go elsewhere depending on the structure of the day and the schedule. Sometimes there are interfering other classes involved in our area. So, ooh, Mr. T, Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts? I loved Dunkin' Donuts growing up. I had this is just nostalgia at its best, but growing up in the 90s, I had within about a 10-minute walk of my house or a 5-minute bike ride uphill, a Blockbuster, I know, and a Dunkin' Donuts across from each other. And what I would do would be I would go to one or the other first, and then I would bring home whatever treats I had chosen for that day, and I would watch whatever amazing movie or terrible movie sometimes that I rented. But one of my favorite things to do is to go to Blockbuster and get they had these like sugary sour straws, and I would get a cherry Coke, and I would bite the end off each of the sugary sour straw things, and then you drink your cherry Coke through that while watching a movie after a bike ride. It was the best. It was great. I miss Blockbuster. Yes. And someone asked before, and I completely forgot to actually address the question. They asked what got me into teaching. And I actually never really had it in my sights, so to speak, when I was growing up or when I was going to school. I didn't think that I would become a teacher, and it kind of just there was a part of it that was always appealing to me because I really struggled in school to feel. I really struggled in school until I went to university, and then I really found what it was that I loved to do, and I found a real passion, and I did really well academically because I felt as though I was able to be myself. But throughout my school years, particularly in middle school and high school, I had a really hard time just being in general. So I always it always kind of resonated with me when I did have a teacher or an adult in general that I felt was kind of like there for me or looking out for me. And I think I developed a sense of compassion and empathy for, I don't know, it's weird because I teach younger children than that, obviously. But I think it always just meant so much to me because there were even some teachers that were not nice to me growing up. One in particular was really just was completely a bully towards me growing up. So I always had a part of me where I wanted to connect with people on that level because I felt a sense of almost reciprocity for what I had been through and how much those types of teachers had an effect on me. So I know that's not even answering your question, but that's what gives my work meaning, is really that love and that connection and feeling as though like these aren't just kids like going up and going through a school system. They're people. They're going to be part of this world. They're going to have impacts on this world, and whether that be good or bad or somewhere in between. I think whether you're a teacher, whether you're a parent, whether you're just someone that happens to interact with children once in a while, like all of those times matter. And because I remember interactions with, of course, with other children within my peer group, but also with adults growing up. And some of them could be really hurtful and impressionable. And I think it's important to always remember regardless of age, that there's another human there. It's important to connect through a variety of generations. So anyway, there's another great tangent. Sorry, guys. Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's some of the hardest work. And I have a couple close friends who worked as teachers in inner city areas, and also some friends who worked in the field of psychology and counseling with children who had grown up in pretty poor pretty poor, like not poor, not necessarily just, you know, poverty, but also just also the structure of the home environment was very damaging in a lot of ways. So that is some of the hardest work to do, because you're not only dealing with the pain and the trauma that a lot of these children have been through, but you're also dealing with all of the things that are impressing upon them at that time in their lives and everything up until that point. So a lot of the times, by the time you do get to them, there are already behavioral issues in place. A lot of times there are personality disorders in place that you have to reconcile and compartmentalize. And you know, obviously it's difficult at any age. Even if you get a 4-year-old that's been through some pretty harsh times already, they can have some real, you know, issues that need real attention, that as a teacher, you only have so many hours with them a day to address those things. And you know, once you send them home, you know, you're sending them back into that environment. So, you know, it's not necessarily that the good that you do will be undone. I try to always keep my mind framed to the point where it's like I'm planting seeds, and, you know, that seed might not grow perfectly right now, but it will be in the soil. And at some point, if you feed, you know, people with that not necessarily just positivity, but just that knowing that you're there with them presently and meaningfully, I think that really does make an impact. So that's cool. Wow, you had children with no shoes. Poverty, yeah, it is rough. It is hard to see. But it is also incredibly rewarding when you can be there, because that's the most important thing. Oh my gosh, Elijah, speaking of celebrity crushes, Elijah, that reminds me, one of my like real celebrity crushes when I was in high school was Elijah Wood. I loved him as Frodo, and he always seemed like a genuinely nice person, smart, and just a good guy. And he's always laughing. And I love how he's, even through to his career these days, currently, he seems like a good, down-to-earth person. He doesn't seem like he's Hollywoodized, and he does like wacky movies, like he not like acting necessarily, like, but like on the production side of things, I think he does some like wacky horror movies and stuff, which is just cool. It's cool to see that. Little man, your celebrity crush is you. He was really good as Frodo, right? And apparently he was filming The Faculty when someone came to the set and told him that Peter Jackson was casting for Lord of the Rings, and Elijah Wood had never read Lord of the Rings, but he sent an audition tape. Peter Jackson originally wanted to cast a British actor, but he saw Elijah Wood's audition tape for Frodo, really liked him, and then Elijah Wood was Frodo. Amit, thank you so much. Good night. If it's nighttime where you are, good night. I hope you enjoyed your cheeseburger, and I hope you have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. I have not seen Love, Death, and Robots. No. Love, Death, and Robots. No, I have not seen. Oh, Sith Lord. Children and animals are the only pure innocence left in the world. I agree, but I also do believe that somewhere within all of us that still exists. It's often very deeply covered with a lot of our own personal struggles. But I do believe it's there within people. It's just very hard to uncover, unfortunately, after a certain amount of experiences. Hey, Darren, thanks for coming back. Oh, the people upstairs are having a party. Oh, man. Luckily, somehow in my apartment unit, it is very quiet. You know why? Because I live close to an airfield, so our windows are like they are like really nice windows. I guess Anderson is a good company, and they're really, really good. They're double paned, and so it's very quiet. And the floors upstairs have carpet, and yeah, I really don't hear anything from anybody. Aw, Marilyn Monroe. Oh, she was a special lady. She's a fascinating person. I just know she has a sad ending to I think what was a difficult life for her. I think she dealt with a lot of a lot of struggles emotionally. She's a cool person. Thank you, Christy. Oh my gosh, Christy, you're still here? You don't have to stay though. You're so sweet. Thank you so much for being here. You're so sweet. Christy, you're the best. Dr. Coffin, you still have a big crush on Linda Carter, like as she is now? I don't know how old she would be now. She's got to be like 60 something, right? Linda Carter. How old is Linda Carter? I mean, hey, age, beauty knows no age. Is that a saying? Aw. Oh, wow, she does look really good and natural. She doesn't look, wow, she looks really good. You're right, Linda Carter looks good, man. I can't tell if she's had any cosmetic, enhancements, but if she did, they're nicely done, I guess you could say. Like, she looks very natural, as opposed to so many women in Hollywood that just end up looking like lionesses. And, it's like, good for her, man. She looks beautiful. She looks healthy. Wow, Linda Carter, good for her. Age is just a number after passing 18. Oh, man. Jason Carswell, I would not be surprised if you're right about that. The DX brother. Don't tease me. That would be cool. Oh, so it wouldn't be, okay, I see. I like the first Nightmare on Elm Street, but I haven't really seen anything since. I don't think any of it's really worthwhile from what I've heard, but I do like Elijah Wood. I'm wondering what he'll end up doing, because he seems like he's more on the production end of things. Oh my gosh, Onision. Am I pronouncing that right? I remember, I think I saw part of that stream where Anna had her glasses on. That was the other night, right? And someone said she looks like she's about to drop a sick diss track. That's cute. I have to say, I've been watching streams when Anna's in them, and she looks beautiful regardless of being sick. I think she's the most beautiful sick person I've ever seen. She'll get healthy soon. I mean, she'll get healthy soon. She'll get better soon. She has to get better soon. She's been sick for like a week now. The King of Rockets. Yeah. I agree. I understand that there must be so much pressure, especially for women, because unfortunately, I don't think women typically age as well as men do. Just our skin density is not as high, I believe, as men's is, and a few other factors I'm sure come to play with it. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but I also understand why women have that sense of keeping up with other women, especially in Hollywood. But yeah, they do. They end up looking like lionesses. It's crazy. They all end up looking the same. They get this same very plasticky look to them. Not even plasticky, but just like I don't know. It's like this, like that thing. And even young people are doing it now, like young people. So it's weird. It's a weird time. Yes, the dude, I did watch Jacob's Ladder and I loved it. Wow, that's a cool one. That's a good, heavy movie, man. I really enjoyed Jacob's Ladder. Thank you again, because I think you recommended that on my Halloween stream, and I only got the chance, I think, to watch 2 films from that. One was Jacob's Ladder, which I loved, and one was, oh my gosh, Hell House LLC, which Christy recommended. And I also watched Haunt, which was really well done too. I think someone recommended Haunt, and I watched that too. I enjoyed it a lot. Merca says they all end up looking like Donald Trump. Tony movied. I watch Stranger Things. Tony, so you're asking what my thoughts are on Stranger Things. I watched Stranger Things. I thought the first season was good. I watched all of Stranger Things, and I'll probably continue to watch Stranger Things, but I don't love Stranger Things. But I see its appeal, and it's fun and engaging, and they do a good job at being like, hey, the 80s, but there's something about it that just doesn't feel quite as like it they do a good job of creating this sense of like, we're a heartwarming 80s movie, 80s nostalgia, a group of kids fighting against the powers that be. But it doesn't, like, it feels like that's like very surface level. And then when you look underneath it, it doesn't have the same heart that something like Stand By Me had. I love Stand By Me. That's one of my favorite movies of that time, that they're trying to evoke that feeling. So, and even Ghostbusters and a lot of their source material, I do consider it to be source material for Stranger Things, Ghostbusters, Dungeons and Dragons, Star Wars. Like, I feel like that's like kind of their source material. And they do a good job at evoking visually and tonally those same concepts and feelings. But then when you look underneath it, it's kind of hollow. To me, that's my personal opinion. I know people love Stranger Things, but that's just kind of how I feel. First season is the best, though, yes. Stranger Things. Ooh, Carrie Ford. I haven't seen Song of the Sea. I've heard of that, though. I'll write that in my list, too. Song of the Sea, animated. Gotta remind myself what it is. Thank you. Yes, Ghostbusters is legendary. I love Ghostbusters. The 80s, been there, done that, boring. See, I was just talking about this the other day with a lady in my yoga class, I think. And I'm not at like a fancy yoga studio. It was like at a gym. It's like a dirty gym yoga class. So it wasn't anything like ethereal or anything. But I was just like, I long for the days. I wish we could go back to the times when there were no cell phones. I just, like, this is great. And being here with you guys right now is great. And I love it so much. But there's a part of me that I miss when I didn't have, like, something. It's not just a screen. It's something outside of ourselves that becomes a part of us that I feel is continually pulling a part of our consciousness away from our own lives. That's what I feel like cell phones are doing. And I don't want to be one of those people that bashes cell phones or technology, because I think that they're incredible tools, and if used in for positive, they're amazing. And we're surpassing, surpassing our own selves in a lot of ways with the access to information that we have now, and it's awesome. But I also miss, just like from a human standpoint, just from an experiential standpoint, I miss having that real thorough connection to my surroundings. Because even when I'm just kind of sitting in my apartment or going on a walk outside, there's a part of me that feels like I'm pulled away. Not even because I'm on my cell phone, because I try to always stay off my cell phone when I'm out. If I'm with people, if I'm hiking, if I'm walking, I don't look at my cell phone, like, at all. But there's a weird thing about it where it just feels like gravitationally, it's just pulling part of my consciousness away. It's weird. Oh, Dr. Coffin Nails, I'm glad it resonates with you. Oh, Mary Mayhem, Overlord, DVD, Nerdrotic, and Mandy Summers are all live. Why must we choose? Well, one day, hopefully, we can all bring ourselves together for a stream. I didn't realize how popular Friday nights were for streaming, but this was the only night that worked for me. But I'm still happy to do it. And I'm honestly, I have to say, it's kind of really nice only having 64 people in the chat right now, because it's easy to keep up. It's so much easier to keep up with the conversation. Because the other night when I had last week when I had a lot more people in here, it was really fun, but I felt as though I couldn't get to all of your comments, and I was really kind of sad and overwhelmed about that. There are 5,000 fandom menacers streaming, LOL, says Matt G. Yeah. Oh, Drunk 3PO. Jay, you've been here the whole time, man. Thank you. That means so much to me. I really appreciate that. You're awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I can't believe you're one of the best, man. And you're here, you're sitting here listening to me drone on about random weird things. Sith Lord says Lost Boys is still a great classic. If you haven't seen Minty Comedic Arts, he's this great YouTuber from Australia. He's not like a YouTuber, like he's not like a YouTube personality. He doesn't do like what we do here, but he just has a channel where he does like 10 things you didn't know about such and such. He did a really good one on the Lost Boys that I watched recently. I don't know if the video itself was recent, but he did 10 things you didn't know about the Lost Boys. It was really fun. There was a Lost Boys comic, which I didn't even know about. They based it off of, or no, did they base it off of, or did it come out? It might have come out post, like after the movie, but apparently there's a whole comic book where they go into the sweaty saxophone player's like story, and apparently the sweaty saxophone player is actually a vampire too, which is, it's just funny. But yeah, the Lost Boys is awesome, really cool. Aw, thanks Keck44, I'm glad you're back. Oh, the XD brother says, I'm so happy to be here with you all. This is so sweet. Well, you guys are all awesome. And I love seeing you guys have conversations amongst yourselves too in the comments. It's awesome. Christy, you're the best. Girl, Christy, you're the best. Deep Eyes, hi. Hang on, where are you? Deep Eyes, I love your name and your profile picture. It just always evokes such warm feelings for me. It's just so sweet. Thank you for your congratulations. I appreciate that. The XD brothers, stay until the end. We're in this together. I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know how long I'll go. I'm not even tired yet. And I have peanuts this time because I was so hungry the last 2 times. I could have kept going, but I got so hungry. But now I'm stuck, so I have peanuts. So we're just gonna keep this going. I'm just gonna keep hanging with you guys. Carrie Ford, I don't think I knew that you were from Australia. That's awesome. Wait, hang on. Shellback, you swear that cat? That's a golden fox. That's not real. That's not my cat. My cat's eating right now. Nova's eating. Yeah, Adis 919, a 24-hour stream. Yeah. I love documentaries. I love documentaries. I've heard of Wormwood and I haven't seen it yet, but I will definitely check it out. I love documentaries. They're great. I just consider them a whole different, obviously they are a whole different class of film, but it's just a whole different experience. A well-done documentary can be so beautiful, so amazing. I just watched a really disturbing documentary recently called Crumb, which is actually about, I don't know if he'd be considered a comic artist. He did comic strips, really kind of raunchy, dark stuff. He was very interesting. If you're interested at all in human psychology or family dynamics, I would highly recommend watching Crumb. It's a very interesting look into the mind and the developmental structure of this man, and his art is incredible. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's disturbing in many ways, in ways that you wouldn't necessarily expect. I think. Oh, Sister Harrow, thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Yes, I'm excited. I don't really know much about what monetization means. It's really cool that I got super chats now because I never would have expected that. And I'm like amazed that you guys are doing this. It's so sweet. And it's cool because it highlights comments. So that's always nice when I can't read comments, that I get a nice highlighted comment. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then the XD brother, thank you so much. You are so sweet. Oh my gosh. And I just realized that you have Edward Scissorhands as your profile photo. That is a gorgeous photo. I love Edward Scissorhands. Do you like Tim Burton? Is that your favorite Tim Burton movie? Jason Carswell, you are just like a fact. I love, one of my favorite things about you guys is how many of you guys are just fact people. Like, I love random facts. I love hearing random facts about things. Jason Carswell, you're up there. Yes. Good job. Yes, you knew. See, that's so cool. I highly recommend Crumb. I actually heard about it from listening to a podcast with Jordan Peterson. Or no, it wasn't a podcast. I think it was one of his lectures when he was still uploading his lectures at university in Canada. And he was talking about Crumb as a film. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check that out. Seems interesting, and it was interesting. Yeah, it is a great documentary. Oh my gosh, Joe S. Grey Gardens. I love Grey Gardens. My dad bought me Grey Gardens on DVD for my birthday last year or 2 years ago, I want to say. My dad always gets me the most interesting gifts, and he got me Grey Gardens, but I had seen it prior to that. Fascinating, haunting, beautiful, sad, moving, funny. Like, it literally had so many components on the spectrum of the human experience, and it was lived within these lives of these two women who were so codependent and walled off from the world together, and their stories were fascinating and fun and beautiful, and yet they were living these lives where their home was literally caving in upon them. Oh my gosh, I have chills just thinking about it. Thank you, Joe S, for saying that. I'm glad you. Makita, hang on. Makita, hi. Let me go find it. Oh, Jeremy showed me a trick where I can find all my super chats. Let me get back to you. Oh, thank you. I didn't see yours. Thank you so much, Makita. You are another one who has been there from the beginning. You've been there for me from the beginning, so I really appreciate it. Thank you, Makita. You're awesome. You guys, Makita has been with my channel from, like, I want to say from the one of the first videos I did. I don't know. I don't know if it's that long, but you've been here a long time. I appreciate it. Oh, Carrie, you went, oh, that's so cool. I want to go. I want to go to New Zealand. That's on my list. Yes, Joe, my dad is a trip. He's a very interesting human being. My dad's one of the more interesting human beings I've ever come across. He's very interesting. I think I get my weirdness from him. My mom's much more streamlined as a human. She's much more traditional, and my dad is just kind of quirky and interesting, and they're both great. That's why they're perfect for each other. They're literally opposites. My parents couldn't be more opposite, and they're each other's best friends. They've been together half a century, and yeah, they love it. It's really cute. It's really sweet. It's like, it's not even realistic how cute that is. But it's not perfect either. Like, nothing's perfect. Don't get the wrong impression. I'm not saying, like, my parents are perfect, because they're not. None of us are. I'd be a fool to tout that. But yes, it's sweet. My dad's very weird, and I get all my weirdness from him. Good night, Tony Movie 9 Mendez. You brought up a lot of great questions tonight. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all your awesome questions and input. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a great night, sweet dreams, and may the force be with you, my friend. Hobbiton is way cool. Yeah. I had this, I think I've asked when I was younger, I asked my mom for a lot of weird things, but I think one of the weirdest things I ever asked her for was if I could please dig a hole into the side of their lawn and make myself a hobbit hole in their yard, in my parents' yard. And I think I was in high school when I asked this. I was not the coolest high schooler, clearly, but I really badly wanted to build a hobbit hole in my parents' yard. And obviously she said no. But yeah. Larry, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Larry, thank you for stopping by the stream. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you. This is so exciting, you guys. Oh my gosh. Dr. Coffin-Nails, is that true? Anna will only get married in Hobbiton. That's the cutest thing ever. That's so sweet. A destination wedding to the Shire. I would love that, man. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Jeremy is good people. Jeremy's a great person. He's a great friend. That's the thing that gets to me. It's so funny because obviously he has his Jeremyisms and his persona that he has on Geeks and Gamers and when he does his channel. But I think it's so funny when people like call him names and talk crap about him, because he's literally one of the nicest people and one of the most genuine friends. But I know it's different when you're a YouTuber and you have a, you know, an audience and people watching, and you have to kind of keep that up. But he's a really, really good, like truly good, kind person. So yeah. Jason, am I a romantic? Do I like historical period movies and or chick flicks? I do like historical period movies. Oh, one of my favorite YouTube channels, well, not one of my favorites, but a good YouTube channel that I recommend if you're into period or historical based pieces is History Buffs, I think it's called. Is it History Buffs? No, I'm probably wrong. But he's a really good channel, and he talks about how accurate historical films are in the representation of stories, characters, etc. And he does a really good job of breaking that all down. So yes, as far as chick flicks, I'm not a huge fan of chick flicks just because I haven't seen that many great ones. I'm a sucker for Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion. That's really cute. Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion. Clueless is cute. I don't know. What are other chick flicks? I don't know. I've always been more of a tomboy when it comes to that kind. I love sci-fi. I love action. I love adventure. I love drama. I love historical stuff. I don't know. If Gladiator is clearly not rooted in an actual true story. It takes place in a time, and it was fairly accurate with some of the depictions of the gladiator and the Roman rule and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Yes, Joe S. Romeo and Michelle is a guilty pleasure. It is. Yeah, you like History Buffs, was I right? Oh, Elijah, oh my gosh, that's so cool. You were helping a family friend clear land and found a perfect spot for a hobbit hole in year 22. That's sick, man. That's awesome. Good for you. Do it, man. You got to do it. You got to build hobbit holes in your life. If you love Lord of the Rings, and you don't think about building a hobbit hole once in a while, you gotta expand that imagination, man. Is 300 a chick flick? No, it's definitely not. Beautiful though, beautiful shot. I love the sped up and then slowed down shots visually. Oh, it's like it's such a great adaptation of a dark graphic novel. It's literally perfect. It's so great. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, 300 is awesome, man. I love it. I love the filters and the saturation and the I don't know what you would call it, the framing, I guess, is beautiful. Deep Eyes, you're 2 hours away from where they filmed the horse riding scenes from Two Towers. That is so cool. That's really awesome. I'm jealous. Oh, KA. Who else remembers when Kelly had fewer subs than she currently has upvotes on this stream? Really? That's awesome. Well, hopefully that's a lot, because I never really used to have that many subscribers. So Ollie Shep, you're infatuated with the horror genre of movies. I know it's an acquired taste, but I love them. Me too, man. I'm right with you. I love horror films. I mean, when horror is well done, and I do think it can be difficult to do a really good horror film, it's one of my favorites. You know who does who has great recommendations for horror films is Jay Bauman from Red Letter Media. He always has great. The only time I go on Twitter is to check Jay Bauman's Twitter and I don't have a profile, but I check his Twitter to see what he's recommended. And in Halloween, he always does great recommendations for horror movies. And he loves like weird like horror movies. So I recommend checking out his recommendations on Twitter. If I had a sports, what would I name it? Space Horse. What would I name a space horse? I mean, it's such a go-to cliche horse name, but Blaze probably. But no, I'd think of something better. I like to get to know my pets before naming them, though. I like to know what their personality is like and get a feel for them. I feel like it's weird to pick out a name before you have it, which is going to be a bit of a conundrum when I have children. Because I'm going to like want to get to know my kids before I name them, which is weird. Concord, that's a cool name. No way, Steven. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Steven Yarnell, thank you for being here. That's sweet that they shouted me out. That's very sweet. Shellback, you totally would have let me build a hobbit house. I mean, how would that not increase the property value? Exactly. My thoughts exactly. It's awesome. See, I wanted to build a hobbit house because I loved the coziness of Bilbo's hobbit hole. I thought it was so cozy, and I just wanted to like eat soup and drink tea with Gandalf in there. But then when it came to my bedroom, I wanted it to look like Rivendell. So I tried to make my bedroom look like Rivendell. I failed miserably. My bedroom never looked like Rivendell. But, you know, that was the theme I was going for. I got this bedspread, and it was like, it looked very elven. It was very pretty. I'm not going to describe it because it's boring, but, you know. I suggest sports name Bob. Bob works. I name it Cecil because of Cecil Says great video on the flying space horses. He says goodbye horses or goodbye Star Wars and flying over you. It's one of the best remixes I've seen in a long, not remix, but you know, of music along with imagery. He does a great job. It's genius. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Greg, I have not seen the Viking series yet. I've heard a few people among yourself or along with yourself recommend it. So I will, maybe we'll check that out. I'm intrigued. I don't know much about Viking or Norse or Scandinavian history, so I am interested to know more. Is it based in actual fact, or does it kind of take its own creative turn on things? Yeah, Cecil is. He's awesome. Cecil's hilarious. I remember when I used to watch more, was it Ethan's live streams and Cecil would come on once in a while? What was it? No, it was what was the stream that they all used to do together that was really funny, and they don't do it anymore. Or maybe they still do. But anyway, Cecil always made me laugh so much. Jason, you'd name your racing horse speeder bike. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Nova, hi. Hi. Say hello. Yeah. Say hello to our friends. Dr. Equine, that's good. Hey, I think Cecil's way smarter than we give him credit for, guys. He's got it. He's got something going on, man. Elijah says Vikings was a good story, but horribly inaccurate to history. Thank you for letting me know. That's good. I like knowing ahead of time if I'm gonna watch something that's displaying itself as a historical, as having context within a historical world. I would like to know whether it's accurate or not going in. I think one of the better History Buffs episodes, or is it History Buffs? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's called History Buffs, the YouTube channel. But they do one on Apocalypto and talk about how glaringly inaccurate Apocalypto actually is, which I thought was really funny because I really enjoyed Apocalypto. I just had no idea what Nova. I just had no idea whether it was accurate or not. Drum 3PO, you're still here. Larry, who knows what happened way back when? It's true. If all we have are written records, right? We don't have. It's not like we have CCTV footage of that. Hey, Jonathan Hurst. Thank you for saying hi. Good to see you here. May the force be with you, my friend. I hope you have a good night. No, it wasn't the Jack Show, Dr. Coffin-Eels. It was something else. It was like the council, the something council. But I watched that. It was like last year. No, hang on. I gotta get Nova. No, little brat. What are you doing, you little brat? Okay, sorry. She's gonna tear down the tapestry. Joelle Gentry, hi there. Very true. If it's a TV show that says based on real events, so you know it's entirely inaccurate. Exactly. Based on real events, or they have a few. Oh, that was loud. They have a few different phrases that they use that are just complete giveaways that it's going to be horribly inaccurate. Oh my gosh, KA, you've been up since 4 a.m. It is time. It is time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you again for just being awesome, for being you, for your contributions to the chat tonight, and great questions, great answers, great contributions overall. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a great night. Get some sleep. Common Sense Crew, was that what it was? Yeah, was it the High Council or the Common Sense Crew? I forget. I think it was the High Council. Yeah, it was the High Council. May the Schwartz be with you. Yeah. Yes, Larry, may the Schwartz be with you. Yes, Jason Carswell, I do agree with that. No, but stop. Why? Why must you? Why must you? Must you? I know. I feel bad. She's an only child, and I've been ignoring her, and I should give her some attention. It's been quite a while. I don't know how long this has been going on. Oh my gosh, almost 3.5 hours. No, Nova, no, no, please, do not. Anyway, I should probably wrap this up soon. Yeah, just because yeah, I know. Do you want to come say hi to everybody? Oh no, now you're scared? Now I can't pick you up? She's freaked out. She's just freaked out because I've been ignoring her too long. I know, Dr. Coffin Nails, it's true. She does want my attention. I feel bad. I shouldn't be ignoring her. Yeah, back when Jesse and Ivan were on the channel, that was the Common Sense Crew. I think I was thinking, but when Cecil was on, was it the Common Sense Crew or High Council? I don't remember. Orville Nation, thank you so much. Orville Nation's another one on my list that I have to watch. Thank you for reminding me. And thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really enjoying live streaming. It's like my favorite thing right now. And I definitely do want to create more Geeks and Gamers videos, or not more Geeks and Gamers. Man, sorry, someone was just talking about Geeks and Gamers. I definitely want to create more videos on my channel, but I'm finding that live streaming is helping me get a sense of who you guys all are and what this community is and kind of what you're all interested in. So I feel like before I continue to create that content on my own, I really like having a feel for who we all are together. And it's really cool to see you guys ask different questions or talk about the things that you enjoy, talk about your opinion on things, your insight, your input, because then I feel like it's almost like research for when I do make more videos on my own. So, and then I also feel like I'm just hanging out with friends right now. So it's really cool. So thank you, Orville Nation. I'm glad you love my content, and I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Is it buffering? Uh-oh, Shellback. Is it? Yes, Will Gentry, I agree. Wow, yeah, I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. The dude, thank you. X-Men, Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown, Darker Story, all the artwork's done. Watercolor, very stylized. Ooh, that sounds awesome. I'll check that out. That sounds really cool. I always liked Wolverine. I like the X-Men in general. I'll check that out. Wow, watercolor. I love anything stylized in a really distinct way. It's always really cool. Speaking of which, does anybody here know the gargoyles? I feel like that always really appealed to me as a kid. It was very comic book-esque. It almost felt like it could have been an extension of the DC universe, even though it's not. And I always loved gargoyles. I thought that was so cool. I loved the like mythology behind it, and the art was really beautiful too. Oh, Keck 44, you going to sleep? Oh, you're allergic. Well, no allergic reaction for you. Sweet dreams. Thank you for being here from the beginning. I really appreciate your support. Hope you have a beautiful night. Goliath, yes, Deep Eyes, Goliath, and Brooklyn, and Hudson, and whatever the dog's name was so cute. Yeah, that was really cool. Xanatos was the antagonist, Dr. Xanatos or something. He bought the castle that the gargoyles were set upon, And for some reason, it was like the perfect mix of elements that brought the gargoyles back into organic life. And then they spent their time defending the city and keeping the peace. But Dr. Xanatos, I think his name was. It was cool. That was a cool show, man. That was a really cool show. Ah, Jedi. This is a very important question, guys. Are you ready? Maximus Payne asks, Jedi Bunny. I'm going to see how fast I can say this. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood? He chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if woodchuck could chuck wood. That's my answer. I need to do that more often so I don't get so tripped up when I'm talking on streams. Oh my God, Sith Lord. Nova. Will Gentry, that is an awesome fact. I feel like I heard that before, but I never remembered it. And I would never remember it, and I'd never be able to recite that fact unless I just saw you say that just now. Sorry if I'm shaking my computer. That's very cool. Yes, they're supposed to drain the water from the edges of castles and buildings, and they had the spout. Their mouth was the spout. That's very cool. Grotesques, huh? Gargoyles just sound so much cooler. Good night, Greg. I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. I'm still trying to figure out where the camera is. Thank you so much for being here, Greg Rivera. I really appreciate you. And I hope you have a great night too. Jason, that's so cool. Hang on. You used to animate in the 90s and 2000s till you quit working for the man. Well, good for you, first of all, for going your own way. I hope you have a creative outlet now. I think it's really important for artists to keep up their creativity in one way or another, even if you're not animating anymore. I'd love to see your stuff. That's super cool. That's really cool. I wonder what some of your commercials were. Nova, stop. No. Oh, you know what it is, you guys? I put lights on the tapestry, and she's like trying to pull them down. No. No, no, no. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Okay. All right. Jason Garza. What are you doing, you little button? What are you doing, you little muffin? Okay, if she keeps this up, I'm gonna have to go because I feel so bad. Shouldn't be ignoring her. Yeah, exactly. She's supposed to climb the curtains. That's cool. TV spots, music videos, movies, little TV. That's awesome, man. Good for you. That's cool. 90s. Oh my gosh, that was one heck of a time to be doing ad spots, man. They had some crazy, wacky stuff. Nova. She's a little spitfire, isn't she, a little brat? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's unfortunate that you don't get credit for that. That's weird that you don't get credit for those things. I find that absolutely crazy. King of Rice, she's a little spitfire, isn't she, a little brat? Oh my gosh. All right, well, I should get going, you guys, just if only for Nova's sake, because I love being here with you guys. This has been a great conversation. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Nova, no. Hey. Nova, no. Sorry for the yelling if anyone's on headphones. But yeah, I should get going. I am so happy I got to hang out with you guys today. Will Gentry, I need to shut her out of the room. I can't because she'll just claw at the door and she'll get more frustrated and she'll feel bad. Nova's very emotional and she's very attached, and I know she's great on her own for a while, but when it goes this long without her getting attention, she gets a little bit anxious. So I don't want to do that to her. But anyway, yeah. Thank you guys. She does want the lights. Yeah, I put the lights up, and oh my gosh, she's a little brat. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Caitlin, thank you for saying she has a cute meow. I do think she has a really cute meow too. It's adorable. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I love you and appreciate you all so much. Thank you all for being here. And I'll definitely let you know when the next stream or video is coming up. And I hope you all have a great night. All disperse into whatever other streamers' videos are going on and enjoy. No, hey. And have a great night. May the force be with all of you. Oh my gosh, Stephen Yarnell, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so sweet to be in my great order. Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to touch on that before I go. These shenanigans with the gray order. If there is a gray order, I personally consider myself somewhat a part of that, but I also consider myself a part of the fandom menace. I don't think that there's any need to I don't think that there's any need to undercut or dismantle someone else's opinion just for the sake of uplifting your own platform. So I believe in balance more than anything. So yeah. Anyway, I have much more thoughts on that, but with Nova distracting me right now, I'm not going to get to that. I think John Talks has a really good outlook on that, and he actually addressed it. So, oh, and Jeremy's doing a stream on Ryan's channel tomorrow, looking for common ground with people that don't necessarily see eye to eye, which I think is very cool. I think it's very important to be able to have actual conversations and a discourse with people we disagree with. And even if they're hard to address those things with, I think it's important that we bring ourselves to a place where we're at least willing to try. So it's cool that they're doing that. So anyway, bye, Christy. Thank you so much for modding the whole time. Everybody, please thank Christy. Please thank Drunk 3PO. He's been here the whole time. Sith Lord, you've been here the whole time. All of you guys that have been here the whole time, thank you. Thank all the mods. You did a great job. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everybody here. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a beautiful, beautiful night. Okay. Okay. Yes, okay, thanks, guys. Good night, and may the force be with you. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.